chili, hot and spicy, all over my blue jeans. It's kinda messy, kinda dicey, now I'm a cougar's dream. They come from the hills, they come from the trees, licking clean like lemon threads while I stand here feeling the breeze and shaking my head. Chili pants, please call me lick by chance. Chili pants, hot and spicy, wild romance. Hot sauce burning on my skin while they clean the stain. Licking faster, faster again, I'm never feeling plain. Well, every spill's an adventure, turning bad luck into gold. With chili cougars posed for a picture, the story's getting bold. Chili pants, please call me lick by chance. Chili pants, hot and spicy, wild romance. Chili pants, cougars come and lick by chance. Chili pants, hot and spicy, wild romance.
Dog. Cat. Mouse. Turtle.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Dave. This is FFOP Radio. It's an unusual day, but I'm in an unusual mood, so that's why we're here. Plus, I've got a bunch of stuff that is kind of time sensitive. We'll get into it. What's up? My name is Dave. I said that already. Krista is over there. My co-host and producer is right off camera.
I'm sleepy.
Guys, we got a couple of jobs and a kid, and now this also. And now this has been here
This has
for
been
a while.
a thing.
But yeah, here we are, guys. So, in the next coming week or so, we got some great stuff. So what we're going on with tonight is commercials hand-picked by Mr. FDO himself. If you are a fan of FDO's work, check out Uncanny Jams here on YouTube. He does mashups. He often submits music for this show. You've heard it before if you've been here before, and if you haven't, they're there. Check it out. But like I said, we got some commercials. These are handpicked and edited together by Mr. FDO. About an hour's worth. We'll see how much we get through tonight. Again, I got a lot going on, and I'm a little sleepy, but that's where we're here to have a little fun. Get back into it. Trying to get back into the rhythm of things for the Uncanny Jams channel. Recommend it. Highly recommend it. FDO's music is, if you know, you know. Check out Uncanny Jams. Again, FDO with that, I think it was that vaporwave, that lo-fi thing you gave me. I want like 6 hours of that. You can, give me as much of that as you can. However, that being said, obviously, these are going to be 90s commercials. I imagine it's just called retro commercials. So I imagine we're going to see a wide swath of maybe 2 or 3 decades. I was peeking into them a little bit.
Cheating.
Obviously. I've seen all these commercials before. We all have. I just wanted to see how the deck was stacked.
We all have.
We all do. We've all seen commercials. Right? But this is where we're at. So let me make this nice and big. So this is late 80s to mid 90s for the most part. Okay, so I didn't know if there was going to be some early 2000s in there. We can get into decades if you want. I don't know, man. Like, you guys lived through the 2000s, I imagine, if you're watching this. They weren't great, the early 2000s. I mean, not that it's gotten any better in the 20 years since. whatever. Let's get into it. I'm going to make this nice and big for you, and we're going to get rolling. So buckle up.
Saturday morning,
Let's rodeo.
lasso up some fun with
You guys remember these guys?
the Wild West. Yeehaw!
What's going on?
The
It
show.
must be Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Must be. Not a bad side scroller on the SNES too, by the way. But Cowboys of Moo Mesa were they were one of the many Ninja Turtles ripoffs. Ninja
Oh.
Turtles came in 1987, hit big, hit huge. So that's where we got Biker Mice from Mars. That's where we got the Cowboys of Moo Mesa. That's where we got Street Sharks. That's where we got so many of these animals. Samurai Pizza Cats, I would say probably also, because like, hello, Samurai Pizza Cats. Yeah, ABC. I think ABC had one Saturday morning too, right? Is that what this is? One. It's not just Saturday morning. One Saturday morning classic. Cowboys and Mesa was made by someone who worked on the TMNT Mirage comic. Well, obviously, right? They saw that lightning strike inside that bottle and went, "Could we do it again?" Cows.
Let's try it. Why not?
The only thing that I thought, okay, the extreme dinosaurs also probably fits into this category. The only ones I would consider, like if I were an executive to give the green light, no mice, no cows, sharks, yes, dinosaurs, yes. Samurai Pizza Cats, no, even though the fat pizza cat had Donatello's voice, at least where I'm from, around these parts, was Donatello's voice, I go,
So
no.
you just want fierce animals as
Well,
the
you
set
have
of
to-
four.
I mean, for me, you have to keep it to the lower phyla. You know what I mean? Like reptiles, fish, that sort of thing. Dinosaurs sort of fall in between reptiles and birds. We can talk about it later if you want to. However, you needed something extreme. The Biker Mice from Mars, all the mammals, I could take or leave. Mostly leave.
It was just another fruitful day at the Fruit Roll-Ups factory.
I used to do so much shit at that factory. It feels like every time I turn on the TV, the Fruit Rolls factory had another, breakthrough for us.
Until
Mr. Yabo says Samurai Pizza Cats has a great story. They never actually received translations for the original Japanese anime it came from, so they just made it up as they went based on the visuals.
I don't doubt it. Like a lot of that stuff, you just can't. It's like a New York Ninja situation where they just find a bunch of footage and they go, well, all the audio's lost, so let's just. Why can't? Here's the thing, too. Not for cartoons, obviously, because that's going to be impossible. But like for movies where the sound is lost, there are deaf people and or people who live with deaf people who are like really good at reading lips. Mm-hmm. Get them, right? I don't know, whatever. I'm not a Samurai Pizza Cat executive producer.
Why don't they pick on someone their own size? Let's toss this one.
You think the Sinister Six are after those sweet, sweet fruit roll-up secrets? Mm-hmm. They're just keeping the factory guarded by one kid in a lab coat?
That's not a cartoon.
I don't know, that's what I'm saying. If you can't obviously do that here, so you just have to go off of like, well, they're in a jet, they like pizza.
There you go.
That?
it's new Marvel Comics Peanuts with Spider-Man and villains so amazing you'll climb the walls. New Spider-Man Peanuts.
Some people say this paved the way for the MCU. Some people, who you ask? I don't know. They got to be out there.
What fun fruit roll-ups will we roll out with next?
So what's it going to be, Dion? Football or baseball?
Both, boss.
Both?
Both.
What?
Shut up, Dion. You ain't no Bo Jackson. Bo knows everything, Dion.
He did both?
Take a step back. Yeah, everybody. I mean, there was a time in history where, like, everybody was double dipping. Like, Michael Jordan, I was going to say Jackson. Michael Jordan went to baseball. Bo Jackson was on football team. I believe the Raiders. Did literally everything. He was like a superhuman. Everybody was trying to do that shit. But, like, you couldn't do what Bo did. Bo did it.
You're not trying to get to the beach, Rick?
Both. Meat lovers or
Won
stuffed
2
crust
Super
pizza?
Bowls.
Both.
Deion Sanders.
Want it all? Now Pizza Hut offers our lovers line toppings. Meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, or supreme. Piled high in a stuffed...
Supreme lovers. Our lovers line. Meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, and Supreme. But here's what they did. I talked about this before, and they fucking nailed it, even though it was shitty, right? The lovers line. 3. They didn't go meat lovers and pepperoni lovers. They go, And obviously they put the shittiest one last because you're hoping that by the time they hear pepperoni and meat, you're just like, oh, the TV's already off and you're driving to Pizza Hut. 1, 2, 3. The rule of threes, bitch. It works in comedy and everywhere fucking else.
Stuffed crust pizza.
So what'll it be, Dion? 15, 20 million?
Both.
You'll love this.
But Dion, that's $35 million. Wait, 15 and 20. Yeah, that's $35 million.
Stuff we're made of.
Math's hard.
That's a shit ton of $12.99 lovers.
Yeah.
Yo! You know what makes me so seriously smooth?
It's like if Chubby Checker and Bobcat Goldthwait fucked each other and had a gorilla somehow.
Yogo?
HBO says Nike just released Dion's Diamond Turf shoe. They sold out immediately. I was lucky enough to get a pair.
Congratulations. You shoe fucking weirdos are weird to me. Like shoe people, shoe dudes. I don't know if ladies already have their shoes.
Yeah.
Like shoe dudes, I give like the same sort of, that's interesting to like people, women mostly, who collect purses. You go, okay, yeah, all right. Nice way to spend an afternoon. I will wear them.
Give me chocolate, strawberry, banana, caramel, and...
Banana, where are we?
Honeycomb! Yogo! Now that's...
Yeah, I got microplastic in my testicles because I ate the package. Oh, hey. Maybe it's more like Fat Albert, right?
Uh-huh.
James is just... That's, it's an unlikely story, James.
Watch it, boy. Don't get your clothes wet.
Dad.
Oh! Boy, you little...
Now at Burger King, The Simpsons, 3...
Holy fuck, dude. These were the pinnacle of my childhood. I begged and fucking begged for months to get these from Burger King. Even when I had my own money, I was denied. Denied at the register by my parents. Said, no, you can't even buy them yourself. Little did I know, my parents had already bought them, earmarked for Christmas, 8 months in the future. So I got to feel like total shit and like the world was completely unfair until Christmas Day. And I go, fucking...
I don't want them now.
No, of course I wanted them.
I'm joking, but like...
It was...
That's
like,
far.
It's one thing to like shut your kid down from coast to coast when they want something and they have no money. You go, no, I don't want to buy that. We're like, you say we're poor, we're broke, I don't want to, whatever. Make up an excuse. You've been a bad boy or girl. But when you have your own money and they go, no, something smells fishy and it's also fucked.
$3.49 each when you buy...
No, of course I still don't have them, FDO. Everything I've ever loved was thrown away by my mother. Anything I've ever loved, as a child, I should say. Plenty of things still survive to this day that I found as an adult, like my wife, for example, not in the garbage. Everything I had as a child is in a landfill, and it burns me up every day.
Buy new mini muffins or any size fries. To give you The Simpsons for virtually peanuts, sometimes you gotta break the rules.
Watch out for Bart hanging dong in the front window.
By the Quaker man.
Oh, this one's for you,
I
Ryan.
eat all the oats I can. Popeye! Space cream with a silly sweetie! Where?
You guys remember that spinach oatmeal they put out? Fucking disgusting.
Spinach!
Take my word for
And the
instance. Please
spinach!
take it.
I want me instant Quaker oatmeal. It's the hot part of me balanced breakfast.
I mean, where's the military ordnance in his bicep, for God's sake?
You forgot something? Ahoy! Now there's a Popeye comic book and specially marked boxes of instant Quaker oatmeal.
Really fucking terrible Popeye voice. Oh my God. Like, where was Dave Coulier, right? Where the fuck? Like, he couldn't be torn away from Full House for 13 seconds to just play Popeye?
Yeah.
Or was this guy just like free?
Popeye wants a Quaker.
Ryan? You don't have the answer.
It's the most lethal G.I. Joe team yet. Capcom Street Fighter 2! No way! Wait! There's Guile, Ryu, Zangief, Blanca.
You know, doing all the things you see him do in the video game. Shooting each other, stabbing each other.
This is why I never understood action figures. Like, I know I'm a girl, whatever, but like, these are stupid. Just play the video game where you can actually do it. I didn't have much of an imagination when I was a kid, but
Yeah, problem number one. Problem number two is like if you didn't have a video game that had these characters in it, and P.S. you could. Oh my god, I can't. Like action figures are for boys. Some gender stereotypes need to exist, and my wife is a living example. Take her, please.
And Dalcine! What's a Dalcin? Oh, some with real ninja moves. Hey!
But Troopers got Street Fighters too!
Vega, Sagat, Balrog!
And me and my son!
They look unbeatable! Ah! You know...
That is good looking as the Street Fighter, the movie, right? I mean, of course, they swapped out, the classic American, the muscles from Brussels, as Guile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know, it's America time, or whatever the fuck he says. I'm going to shove that up. Oh, God. What a terrible time to be alive for some people. Because if you really like Street Fighter and then JCVD shows up as Guile, of all people.
That's kind of funny.
Charlie, I'm coming, Charlie. Charlie, it's me. You're like Schwarzenegger. I'm just an American dude. Yeah, great.
Oh, you love them. So correcto. Capcom Street Fighter 2 figures each sold separately. Oh, I like them.
In there.
This
Action
stuff,
figurines.
I had my fill. To tell the truth, everything blows me. But wow, there's Kid Cuisine. It's awesome meal.
Kids Cuisine.
Man, shots fired across mac and cheese craft and Chef Boyardee. Jesus Christ. My dad was on strike. We were broker than broke. I go to the food pantry. Oh, there you go.
Huh.
Yeah, if you lived through the 90s, you probably were either poor or your parents fed you a line of bullshit telling you were poor. So, but that was the time to be that, right? Because jelly jars had Tom and Jerry or Looney Tunes or dinosaurs or whatever as drinking glasses. Like there were so many ways that you could. I mean, that's when like the recycling campaign was big, right? Recycle, reduce, reuse. They would give you a reason to keep the garbage of the stuff that you actually wanted, like the jelly jars and etc. Not anymore, I guess. I don't know. I'm not buying a shit ton of Welch's jelly anymore. So do they still do that? I don't know. Does the paint have cadmium in it to give you cancer? Maybe.
Maybe.
That's made just for me.
And now Kid Cuisine's making their
Welcome back to your home, Brick.
balanced meals better than
What's
ever.
it like to be in the tomorrow?
My favorite foods and fun games too. And
So sad that it was Raul Julia's last film. Like he was literally dying of stomach cancer, still giving the performance of his fucking life like he did in every role, while JCVD is like, Charlie, I'm coming, Charlie! Charlie!
so I say yes. With Kid Cuisine, I'll have it my way.
No, this kid's a huge Sinatra head. That 3-year-old Asian kid, huge Sinatra head.
If you haven't heard Primus lately, you haven't heard...
I have been hearing Primus lately. I've been listening to a lot of Primus and getting my son into it.
And he's super into it.
Great shit. Primus, I always took shit for liking them. Like when I worked at Zia Records, I would always find a Primus CD to put in the disc changer. Took endless amounts of shit.
That song that you listen to that has them in like the weird cowboy...
Why not as Big Brown Beaver?
Is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, of course it is. But like... And that's more of like a gimmick song. I mean, with Primus, you get a lot of that sort of shit. But like, I think that Lacquerhead, fucking Tommy the Cat is one of my favorite songs. Like that bass line, second to none.
Heard Primus.
In all capitals.
FDO's wrong. He's been wrong on many things, right? The RC Cola thing, I can't remember if he likes pineapple on pizza. He probably doesn't because he just said Primus sucks. He's a fucking weirdo.
Primus, the Brown Album.
Yeah, Sailing the Seas of Cheese. The Brown Album wasn't bad. I liked Rhinoplasty as like an underappreciated sort of thing. You know, you do you. Unless you don't like Primus, in which case, what the fuck?
Look for Primus on tour with Power Man 5000.
Yeah, you want to see Power Man 5000? No.
Now you can experience
Probably one of the first television units you have about Primus.
I know, and it still hurts me.
Planet Hollywood, the game. The new movie game.
Yeah, pork soda. I don't know. There are so many great albums, but like I think from front to back, I like Rhinoplasty the most because it like has a couple of live tracks on it, and I believe that Brain shows up on drums for one of the tracks, and I saw Colonel Claypool's bucket of Bernie Brains later on, and I go, this is perfect.
Everyone can play in a race against time.
Name actors in action movies.
Schwarzenegger.
Stallone.
Willis. Name movies you've stood in.
JCVD? Nobody? Call back?
Anybody?
Totally missed opportunity, 90s. What the fuck?
Line for.
Ghost. Top Gun.
The answers are unlimited, but the time isn't. Planet
But Independence Day are popcorn.
Oh, shit.
They're after its iron core. What a fucking disaster. Listen, I was no fan of the Independence Day movie. I thought it was fucking schlock. But then the second one rolled around, and then people try to defend that shit to me, and I go, no. Yeah, Seagal. Where's Seagal? He's in my binder.
Hollywood, the game, now playing everywhere.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
I created something that'll make you
love me. I've got a great new
He had his own cereal?
Everybody had their own cereal.
Oh
I bet
my
Pedigree put this
God.
out too.
I do that. So hang up your pants
I used to love when he became Stefan.
We're Urkelized with Urkelized.
Everybody had a dance too. Like he had a fucking Urkel dance. Huh.
Strawberry banana fruit flavor so fine. Just one little
Did I
bite
do
and I know
that?
she'll be mine. She'll be Urkelized with Urkelized. Oh, Laura, when I find you, you'll taste Cherulo.
Why can't we look at the picture? Like they couldn't even get like authorization to use a picture of the actress who played Laura in this?
Nope.
Nope. Just like Matt, you can see the back of it. It's like after last season.
Oh, Jameson, I used to watch that all the time.
Wouldn't we all just love a big bowl of FFOPOs?
Danger lurks on Fireball Island. More than a mere board game, it's a three-dimensional adventure to quest the idol's jewel.
Coward, I'll go first. A shortcut.
But it's not so easy. Mountains and chasms stand in your way.
Got it.
And beware, your foes are out to stop you with thundering fireballs.
See, this little girl knew what was up. She was hanging out with these pussies, probably playing
a board game.
But as soon as they were done with this, they were whipping out the Ninja Turtles or, He-Man if you lack taste.
I grew up with two boy cousins, and we used to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
and so
with the action figures, but then we would go outside and not play with them and pretend we were the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
no
one locked me in as a child to be like action figures only, little Dave. Like if you go outside pretending you're Raphael, I will burn this house to the ground. No one ever said that. Like we played with all of them. Like we had the video games and the action figures and the toy weapons, and we did them all. Like what childhood do you think I had where I just had the action figures, which are right over there, by the way, and I go, now can we play something else? And my parents would just bust in with like little mustaches and black hats with ominous symbols on them and go, no, didn't happen.
Oh, stop her.
And collapsing bridges.
Oh, no. Got it. Dog me.
And you
Back
don't
when they offered
win till
prizes
you're
in
off
cereal
Fireball
boxes
Island,
after
the
you.
three-dimensional adventure from Milton Bradley.
Surprise. Could also be a her prize, but not for this guy.
This is Cowabungie. And this is Cowabungo. But the turtles for your 16-bit system are Cowabunga! Holy cow!
You poor sons of bitches back in the 90s. If you, sorry about it, but if you had a Sega Genesis instead of an SNES, you missed the best turtle game ever. Hyperstone Heist, totally fine. I get where you're coming from. We can have some sort of head-to-head meetup there. Yeah, FDO. Pales in comparison. Big Apple, 3 a.m. One of our meads is called that.
Yep.
Cool.
FFOPOs have flamingo and shoe marshmallows.
Shoe marshmallows. Oh, that's fun.
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would okay that. I would go with
And
the
bees.
flamingos. I mean, not for this show.
Jar of bees. Just a callback from a long time ago.
You guys remember? You don't. But back 25 years ago, we used to do a bit called "Creeping on Craigslist," and my co-host at the time, Andy, would collect them and then we'd read them and make fun of them. And there was a man who, believe it or not, I don't know if this is true, but it's before shock humor was on. Does Craigslist still exist? Whatever. Moral of the story is, many weirdos. People wanted to jack off like giant Godzillas with boners over toy trains. One of the most famous was this man wanted you to go out with him, collect bees in a jar, and then he would pump his joint. And at the, or near the moment of climax, you were supposed to open the mason jar of bees and put it over his dong like a diving bell as he would, I guess, get stung and he would kill these poor bees with his jizz. You feel better knowing that?
It's Turtles in Time! The cool arcade game for Super NES. Now with tasty turtle duels. And psych up your Sega Genesis with the Hyper Stone Heist and all new 3D Turtle Threat.
Okay, so Jameson, the fighting game wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Like, it doesn't stand out in its field. Like, I mean, Super Street Fighter Turbo or whatever, Street Fighter 2 was like the pinnacle for fighting games of the era. But everybody threw their hat in that ring. I mean, it worked, but absolutely Turtles in Time first.
So remember, this is Cowabingo. But the turtles for Super NES and Sega Genesis are...
Cowabunga, dude.
Konami Bunga, dude. I say radical to like literally everybody.
Yeah.
And every time I do, someone comments on it. And they go, like I just had another conversation about it today. My work chat. When we're talking to each other, I use radical a lot. Apparently I'm known for it now.
Nice.
Is this where Charles Barkley fights Godzilla? Please be Charles Barkley. Yes! Yes, Queen. Fuck yeah. Classic Suns era Charles Barkley fighting Godzilla. I mean, basketball. Where's the hoop? Guys, where's the hoop? I was always like, what?
There it is.
There's only one.
Yep.
Have you ever thought about wearing shoes?
To celebrate Buick's 90th anniversary, we proudly introduce the 90th anniversary LeSabre. LeSabre has a proven reputation for quality and the highest pre-sale value in its class.
And Olds?
Now you get all this Buick
you said a
quality,
LeSabre.
comfort, and elegance.
Sorry.
At a
Buick and Oldsmobile looked exactly alike. However, if you loved land boats, that was the time to be alive. I love a good land boat. They don't make them anymore. Like a front bench seat, Buick, Oldsmobile, Chevy back in the day, 90s, I had a Lumina. Huge bench seat. I had a Chevy Celebrity, piece of shit, a rolling turd. Still, bench seat up front. Fucking great time. Soft ass suspension. It was like riding in a really plush bed sometimes.
The special
After you said I had this car,
price.
it felt like it was on water.
Oh yeah. That's what you wanted, man. The land boats, they had to have that soft ass, because it was for, these things are tailor made for the elderly asses, which are basically dust, right? So they had to be super soft on the suspension and super soft on those seats. I don't know where Cadillac sits nowadays, like if they're still catering to old people almost exclusively.
Probably.
But I would love to step into a LeSabre, a Skylark, something from the 90s that is 8 cylinders, 6 miles per gallon, but like 2 of the plushest couches you can find inside a vehicle on the road.
LeSabre. Quality, its competition.
To a lesser extent also, because my grandparents, my grandmother always had either a Ford, like a Crown Vic, or like the Lincoln version of that.
Continental?
Yeah, the Lincoln Continental, or like an LTD or whatever. Like, it was just a great time to be alive.
Just can't hold a candle to.
This is an Erie update.
After he died, Elvis had his mail forwarded to a
Is this
house
Erie,
on my
Indiana?
street. We got junk mail.
Erie, Indiana.
Bingo.
Every little girl loves
You need
little
that many
trolls,
birthday
but what do
candles.
guys wish for?
Quality to own a brick. A Buick.
Battle trolls. Big haired dudes with bad attitudes. Born to battle. Even other battle trolls.
Trolls were insane, guys. You guys remember Wishing Trolls, obviously.
Duh.
There was such a fucking push for trolls. I had all 4 Troll Ninja Turtles. I had a Frankenstein troll. I had so many fucking trolls. Why? Why did I have trolls? It's fucking weird.
I had a ton of them.
Nunchuck troll. Bullseye
Bat
troll and the
troll.
troll net launcher. Sven troll and his trollosaurus.
And like Trolls Now?
Yeah, we'll fuck up the other trolls we make.
Trolls Now, like from back in the day, are fucking expensive.
Yeah, because they don't do them anymore. Like, I kid you not, there were trolls literally fucking everywhere to the point where, like, I was between 8 and 10 years old. My aunts from all over the country would send us stuff for Christmas, and I got a neon pink painter's hat with a fucking troll head on the front and the hair. I'm trolling.
There are knockoff trolls, and they are weird looking.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Something new. Right, Uncle Ernie? In your dreams. Pizza! Bizarric, man! Chips!
New pizzerias.
Cranking with real pizza dough!
Cheese.
Cranking? What? P.S. Stay in your lane, E.L. Fudge. Stick to cookies. We got Crunchabungas. Back the fuck off.
Spices.
Oh, I didn't know that trolls were invented in Europe.
Tastes like real pizza.
That's where they first started. Trolls, pixies, fairies, the Fae. I mean, we didn't have trolls in America. They came over on the boats. I think one snuck over on the Mayflower.
Pizzerias rule!
Oh no, I got pizzeria. Pizza-themed diarrhea.
Chips, huh, boys? What do you say?
Oh, God.
December 31st, 1993.
Whoa.
A young television star mysteriously disappears in Buffalo.
The Briscoe
Channel 2
Kid?
switchboard is flooded with calls from concerned viewers. The police and
That's a hell
armed
of a
forces are
role.
called in to aid in the search. Even the world's greatest detectives can't seem to locate him. But now he's
Smurfs.
back.
Yikes.
Late Night with Conan O'Brien returns to Channel 2 this Monday. Joining Conan will be his old friend Dave.
Can you feel the electricity, ladies and gentlemen?
Spin your television dial back to Conan O'Brien this Monday night, right here on Channel 2.
Wow.
Sinbad here, going to the court. See, this is what legends are made.
Hey guys, remember when I played a genie in that movie? Or did I? Or did I?
Outdoors. I got on my black top shoes, the first kicks built for the outside games. Let me tell you about the outdoor games. You can
They had to wait till the 90s to have shoes made for outdoor basketball?
shoot from anywhere when you play outdoors. There ain't no rules. How do you know when you're out of bounds when you play outdoors? If you hit that trash can, you went too far. Can't take no charge
We are
outside.
post
Get
affair.
a foot in your chest. That's what happens. Pay your dues outdoors, man. Reebok.
Yeah, I've even seen like people photoshopping. Photoshopping's even like the correct term anymore. I sound like a boomer, but like people mocking up like VHS cassette covers with like Sinbad as a genie, and it almost made me go like, maybe I was wrong, but no, it was fucking Shaq. It was Shaq. Nelson Mandela never died when people thought he did. He's probably dead now.
Black top shoes. You seen it? Now go play outside.
Hell
I got about
yeah.
a 40-inch vertical.
Fucking
so I can wear these
pumps.
shoes. About a 40. All right. About a 37-inch. I got about a.
How about putting a Little Pete in your video library?
Stop chatter, musclehead.
And Big Pete, too, together in Classic Pete's, two of the original adventures of Pete and Pete that put two brothers with
On
the same
VHS?
name on the map. First, it's what we did on our summer vacation when Pete and their best friend Ellen try to solve the mystery of Mr. Tasty's true identity. REM's Michael Stipe guest stars. Then, it's Apocalypse Pete, when Little Pete turns a harmless game into the Great Prank War.
Prepare to die, blowhole.
Plus,
They're not going to drop Steve Buscemi's name? They go, hey, Michael Stipe, he's in the first one. Steve Buscemi, fuck you. I don't know who he is, but we got Arnie, the strongest man in the world.
prepare yourself for
You had a crush on Ellen? I never had a crush on Ellen. She was too Sarah plain and tall for yours truly.
aerobics and see why they've never been fit for public
Wow,
viewing until
really?
now. It's all part of the adventures of Pete and Pete.
Just
Classic
believable
Pete's.
enough.
Add them to your collection.
You'll thank me for this someday.
Yeah, I know we can fit feature-length films onto a cassette tape, but we'll give you 2 episodes of Pete and Pete, 22 minutes a pop. $17, please. $90.
Go for it, champ. Yeah! Anyone want a challenge?
Hey, nice.
make way for Rambo.
I get with the Phoebe
Now
Cates
look
thing.
at this guy. Look out!
So Krista does not understand Mr. Bean. Just so you know, we're watching Mr. Bean do a thing. Krista does not understand it. He's like A cultural touchstone? Krista goes, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Krista did not ever watch Mr. Bean ever.
You don't have to watch it as a kid. You can, like, adults watched it when they were adults when it came out, and they go, aha, I get the comedy. Krista goes, I don't get it. British things are confusing. She just doesn't understand.
I know. Dave's just turning you guys against me all the time.
Because it's hard not to. We, like, if you didn't, like, if I didn't make you watch Are You Being Served, you probably would have no respect for that either. Right?
I don't know. I feel like that. I had never heard of it before, and yeah, it took me a little while to like get into it, but I like them a lot more than I like Mr. Bean.
Really quick, to address that comment, Ryan, I like Rowan Atkinson, never found Mr. Bean all that funny. Rowan Atkinson, hilarious. Best work, probably Blackadder. But Mr. Bean is a close second. Like, even though it's totally, like, it's contemporary, it's more of a, like, it's whatever British, like, it's a subdued, like, slapstick comedy, like, where American slapstick was off the wall. Mr. Bean would just play with a nativity scene for 14 minutes, and someone would be like, oh, and he'd go, oh, and run away. So it's a little subdued, but come on.
You're gonna need a pretty odd-shaped ball to knock those down. Oh, no, wait, no! Ow!
I think part of it is just weird, like, he doesn't really talk, and then when he does, it's like, huh? It's very weird, it's awkward, and like, I know, I don't like it. Are You Being Served? All of them talk. Like, it's all, like, it's...
Do you guys remember the movie from the 70s starring Barbara Bach, Ringo Starr, and Dennis Quaid, Caveman? They don't say a fucking word in that one.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've kept it back because, you know, they don't talk, so you'd be like totally confused by what's going on. Like, what? When they talk, they go unga bunga. Ah! You have a board game of Are You Being Served? It's like Clue, right? And everybody gets murdered. Like, I'd be Captain Peacock murdering Mrs. Slocum in the
that'd be fun. Yeah.
Dressing room. Also, talking silent
in the
films.
distance,
True.
the game's dragging on.
Oh my
There's
God.
strikes on the batter.
My favorite commercial. Shh.
Some runners are on. Then suddenly everyone's looking at me. My mind has been wondering, what could it be? They point to the sky and I look up above, and a baseball falls into my glove. I play right field. It's important you know. You gotta know how to catch.
The coach doesn't
you
believe
gotta
it.
know how to throw.
Fucking
That's
Ginger
why
did it.
I play in right field.
Is the game over?
The game's over.
Dandelions grow.
As a
Time
proud
to go to Pizza
sponsor
Hut.
of
The kid
Little
caught
League
the ball.
Baseball, Pizza
They were
Hut
making it
welcomes all
great.
the kids who make it great.
Making it great.
Now it's time to step into our VCR days with this copy of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie by Family Home Entertainment. You guys remember that shit? Fuck, I can't do it justice. But here it is. Thank you, Ryan, for this birthday present.
So how do Kellogg's Cinnamon Mini Buns come to pass?
Oh, God.
No lie. I'm driving along, hauling this load.
That's another thing that happened in the 90s and a little bit in the 80s, but not as much. Every new cereal had to have an origin story, like with French Toast Crunch. It was some maniacal mad scientist grandmother who had like magic or some shit. And it's like, da-da-da.
Dad's cinnamon buns were like, whoa, I start shrinking.
Yeah, fucking. The 90s came out swinging. It was 1990 and they go, oh, here's the TMNT movie. And you go, yeah, this is going to be a good decade. What did the 80s give us? I don't know, and nobody cares unless you're a Gen Xer, in which case you're this close to being a boomer. So just shh.
But don't know it till I make my delivery. Bummer. What do I do with these buns?
Yeah, if I got shrunk like 90%, I would be totally unaware because like the road wouldn't look any wider.
Nope.
Oh yeah, the Ghostbusters in the 80s, but yeah, sorry, Ryan. They ain't the Ninja Turtles. And so fuck them.
Then I get this idea.
Kellogg's Cinnamon Mini Buns, the Cinnamini part of this.
Just call yourself a millennial, Brick. I know it was de rigueur early on to be known as a millennial, but now since we're the coolest generation, just pretend, all right?
Complete breakfast.
Mega taste and crunchy mini buns.
Back to the Future's
Cinnamon mini
fine. Right. There's nothing you can say here. TMNT is a 10 everything else is not going to measure up. It's just not going to happen. It's like, would you rather have pizza with pineapple on it, one of the best things mankind has ever created? Maybe throw a little black olives on there. Do you? But then be like, oh, would you like that? Or we've got some fruit roll-ups Dad found behind the radiator. Great, right?
Get it?
Over the top is listen, Jameson. See what I just said to Ryan and then apply it to yourself. Over the top is fine. I like Stallone. And they got shit on dick compared to the Turtles.
Story.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
No anchovies, okay?
Take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through.
Kilmer.
Special, sir?
McDonald's dynamic $2 dinner deal. A cheeseburger.
Am I the only one who appreciated Val Kilmer as a Batman? Way better than Clooney. Maybe or maybe not on par with Keaton, but still, Val Kilmer did a great job. He had all those weird dreams with the bats and with Vicky Vale.
Cheeseburger, small fries, and a small Coke. All
$2
for a
deal.
phenomenal
Yeah, no fucking way you'd see that shit today.
I'd like to see Batman forever.
Oh, I'd like to see Batman in Australia. P.S. The Val Kilmer Batmobile, also the shittiest. It pains me to say that because I love Val Kilmer. I have a lot of his movies. I think Twixt is... it gets a bad rap. I think The Stranger is a great movie. I think his Batmobile sucked a donkey dick. Like, the Keaton Batmobile, fucking perfect. Again, nailed it in one. Like the Ninja Turtles, nailed it in one.
No, it's only at Macca's for a limited time.
The dynamic $2 dinner deal.
Come on down. A dingo ate me French fries.
Val had the biggest cod piece.
I don't doubt it.
Attention! Your gym teacher escaped from charm school, irons his underwear, watches hygiene films.
He has to.
Anyone chewing bubble tape owes me 50 push-ups. The lunch lady wears a hairnet, serves mashed potatoes with an ice cream scoop, puts gravy on.
Doesn't the aesthetic of this commercial, like alone, regardless of the fact that it's for bubble tape, which is one of the funnest bubble gums on the planet, this is such a great... Yeah, I mean, Batman 89, but that was on the tape. We might as well call that the 90s, Jameson. Thank God they didn't try to put it in the 90s, because it would have gotten its ass stomped by the Ninja Turtles. What they did was they say, we'll put the Tim Burton Batman at 89. That way people will look back at the 80s, because that's what people think about, right? With video games, movies, etc. Strong beginning, strong ending. If the middle sucks, people will forget about it. The 80s did not have a strong beginning. They had a strong ending. Batman fucking knocked it out of the park. But by then it was too little too late. Sorry, but it just was. It's a fact.
Everything. She says
Bubble tape is not part of a
He's been using
well-balanced
Brand
diet.
X.
bubble tape. It's 6 feet of bubble gum for you, not them.
Calibrate in this.
Listen, let's not talk about Ninja Turtles 2 yet. We'll get to it, and if you want to, I'll do it a lot.
Ready?
Billy's back.
Hey, kid. The mission's on.
Introducing G.I. Joe trading cards.
We're taking out
There are 3 strangely dressed men in your room. If they touch you in your where your underwear covers, let me know. But it's the 80s or 90s, so we'll get to it maybe later.
Headquarters tonight.
Who's going?
Nelly! Snake Eyes, Stalker, and Duke.
Dinner, now!
FDO, I'll take the airplane. Caddyshack, not a fan. Shining, it's okay. I'm not a huge Kubrick fan, but you do you.
Your mother.
No way, she's
Your mother. Your mother, Amy, is dead under fake flowers. Somebody, Amy, took your mother, put her in the backyard. And you know what they did? They put fresh soil and fake flowers. Your mother has been in the backyard this whole time. Ah!
stays here.
No, your mother. Now you can reverse
Shinning? I'm gonna use that shin of mine.
Fighting
All
force.
right, mister, downstairs.
Right in the comfort of your own home.
Just how orange does a Minute Maid orange taste?
Damn it. This looked like the same set where Milk did a body good, but it was orange. Really quick, did you guys ever try what Tropicana told you to do and stab a straw into an orange and see if it would work? I can't tell you how many oranges and straws are now, lost to the void of time as I tried stabbing one with the other. It never fucking worked.
No.
Oh yeah, it does look like it does, when he gets sued. Yeah, it does. But yeah, that does look like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Terrible movie.
They opened like that can like it was carbonated.
So I think this is Minute Maid soda.
Minute Maid orange. It's the orange.
Orange. Guys, orange. Orange. No, it's not A. Orange? No. Orange, yes. Mittens? Yes. Mittens? No.
I have the
Mitten Maid.
cleanest and the
It's kitten
nicest smelling
mittens.
bathroom in the neighborhood.
Since I put Vanish Hangings in, I actually haven't gone back to clean it.
I haven't
You
seen
range.
any stains. The
U-range. Minute Maid.
dispenser is the key item. It's easy to maintain. That's what it is. It's easy to maintain.
Yeah, sure, my family doesn't like shitting in a warehouse, hanging with muslin cloth, but you know what? Fuck them.
Drop the tablet into the dispenser, hang it on your tank, and just
Orange. I got orange.
The Vanish Hangings
orange.
repels
Just
the
clean your
stains.
toilets,
There's
right?
no
Yeah.
ring.
Vanish Hanging Stain Repel. Stop stains before they start.
I mean, not for nothing, though, Mr. Yabo. Let's just take a moment and appreciate the fact that you could put a cleaning product in the back of your toilet and you'd have blue water.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't obviously that because
No.
this sucks and it
Clorox does it.
Nothing. I want something to turn my water blue so that when I piss in it, it can go green and we can all learn about the color wheel.
Yeah.
Start S.C. Johnson Wax.
It's still working.
If anybody
If your water turns purple, you have a kidney infection.
You
Okay?
need to see a
Just know
doctor.
that.
doesn't believe me, ring my doorbell and you can smell my toilet.
That's a good thing to do, Matt. You may make sure the camera is in the toilet to make sure it stays clean. Point it up and out.
Point
Why?
up, stupid.
Bizarre, right? I mean, you're like that guy who played Dr. Venture, voice actor, was in an episode of SVU, and he had hundreds of toilet cameras. Dude was a weirdo. Don't be a sex pervert. It doesn't help you or anybody else.
Oh yeah, coming through with my showering crew. 2 cents for a case, give me St. Oz brew. In the mix of broken bottles and crushed up cans. Met the cows in the jam, all dry.
With St. Ides in my system, crack another, I'm
40.
blessed. Let's go get the next one and get over. The object is to stay sober, lay on the sofa.
Anybody ever play Edward 40 Hands as a drinking game when you were stupid in college? I never did it, but I watched a bunch of dudes do it.
Ready?
You just tape two.
I would never watch a bunch of dudes do it, but I'm not gay.
Poppers, popcorn, equal amounts. Yeah, you gotta be fair.
The Orville gene was so strong, his kid couldn't help but become a nerd too. And not even like a good nerd. He was a fucking popcorn nerd.
Our gourmet popcorn pops lighter and fluffier than ordinary popcorns. Why, it's blowing the top right off the popper. Now for the microwave.
You guys had that happen, right? I mean, you couldn't like swing a dead cat without having a microwave blow open with so much over Redenbacher.
Tastes light and fluffy, too. As Grandpa always says, do one thing and do it better than anyone.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's his grandson. Do you think the popcorn nerd gene skipped a generation? Like Orville Redenbacher's son is like a super jacked, like, I don't know, steel mill worker or something. And he's like, my fucking son. Popcorn nerd, just like my damn dad.
He actually listened.
Do you live anywhere that isn't like a local celebrity hometown, Ryan?
Just everywhere in Ryan's locale is just famous.
3000 takes you on a journey to the outer reaches of comedy.
Well, what do you know?
Now, here's your
Speak
chance
of the
to
devil.
fly to Minneapolis to actually visit the production set of this amazing television show. Enter the Mystery Science Theater 3000.
You can see where every one of the $40 was spent on the MST3K set. There you go. There's egg cartons. Tom Servo was made out of garbage, and that's it.
Sweepstakes today by sending your name, address, and telephone number on a postcard.
You know that Ryan went to high school with Gamera? Of course, this is before he became giant, but, still. Another connection to Ryan. It's like 7 degrees from Ryan Maxwell.
So, Mystery Science Theater 3000, P.O. Box 667, Paramount, California, 90723.
You guys should totally watch The Black Scorpion, though. Classic vintage movie, and also, like, semi-horrifying. Like, the deaths in that movie, like, even though it's in black and white, made me go, huh, like I clutched my pearls.
Are you worried about video stores that could be here today and gone tomorrow? Are you searching for a video store?
If that happens, then you just have a tape now. You get to own something. Like, remember when Blockbuster closed? If you rented something the week before, you got to own that shit. How do you think they ended up in Goodwill?
Or with more than just empty promises? Wouldn't you like a lot more selection than the corner grocer, drugstore, or gas station provides? Then
P.S. That was Bobby from Bobby's World's last name, except it was pronounced generic. Bobby generic? It's generic. They made that joke last for as long as the season and series.
Come to Paradise, where you'll find no imposters, only the real thing. The state's largest video store devoted entirely...
Pee-wee's Big Adventure right there. I was going to say that one guy looked like Pee-wee's shifty cousin who just got out of prison. And there he is. Speak of the... I didn't say it. Thought of the devil. I thought of him.
The video entertainment. Paradise Video, open 8 a.m. till midnight every day of the year. Now 4 locations.
Every
Want to meet the
goddamn
team?
day.
Just head over to McDonald's for these exciting USA Olympic basketball
Oh,
collector
boy.
cups. So,
Patrick, wake up. Are you dreaming about your crappy jump shot again? Are there any Clerks the Animated Series fans here? If not, that didn't make any sense to you. And even if it did, do you remember?
more exciting than others. Some better looking. Get one free. Free when you buy any large soft drink.
The video store with the
All of them
dingiest
have
carpets.
exciting action
Guaranteed.
graphics and player stats. Not bad. For a limited time, team one up with large fries and a big beefy triple cheeseburger, and you've
Ryan
got
is
yourself the gold medal
fan of
meal.
Clerks the Animated Series.
Yeah, everybody does. I mean, if you saw it. P.S. Patrick Ewing. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know about Patrick Ewing for you, but for me, I would have liked to see Patrick Ewing a lot more, but we got stuck with Dennis Rodman for some reason. Like, why didn't JCVD, again, why didn't he team up with Ewing? No on-screen charisma? They're like, yeah, we need Rodman. Rodman. You know what I mean? Because of his, you know.
Deal. What you want is what you get.
At McDonald's today.
Gold medal? I'll take two.
Computer, access the new keepsake magic ornament from Hallmark. Accessing USS
Here comes Picard. Who the fuck are you? Computer! Red alert! There's some weirdo in my fucking ready room.
Prize, a collectible ornament accurately representing the Galaxy-class starship. Ornament carries Earth date 1993 and illuminates in a realistic manner.
The new Starship Enterprise ornament, please.
This is realistic as hell.
Wow.
Computer, synthesize me up one of those ornaments. I realize, like, probably religion has fallen by the wayside since we're in the future in the Federation and there's no such thing as money and you just work for the love of the work. But hey, Jesus, man.
Please.
Ta-da.
Replications are copies. Only Hallmark carries authentic keepsake ornament.
Suggest solution.
Call 1-800-HALLMARK for store near.
Wait, so the one I'm holding is what, computer? Like,
it's a replica of the real thing.
Right. Like, real holographic simulated Lincoln. It doesn't matter if he was the real Lincoln or not. He would still fucking kill you. I mean, in the reality, it was Moriarty. But, like, he would still kill you, whether you're simulating Moriarty or getting the real one back from the dead or from the pages of, you know, non-existence. You'd be like, oh, well, I made this. And, like, could you imagine if Deanna Troi was like, I want chocolate ice cream with chocolate syrup and chocolate chips. And they go, and the computer's like, here you go. But Deanna, it's just synthesized. Go to Thrifty's if you want. Like, no, fuck that shit.
All Dairy Queen.
Hey,
all
Joe
took
Bob
place in
Briggs
the-
here to
Oh,
tell
Joe
you
Bob
that
Briggs.
Friday nights this summer on TNT, we've got stuff that's scarier than my second ex-wife when she forgets to take her medication. It's called Monster Vision, and the idea here is that we've gathered together some of the greatest, well, greatest doesn't quite cover it. The greatest movies we could get for $20, and I'll be bringing you a double feature every Friday night at 11, which, let's face it, if you're home at that time, then your social life is already...
I feel like we were just talking about Swamp Thing in the Discord, but also, like, I miss horror hosts. Like, they had a huge thing. Svengoolie still exists, like, as a concept, I get. But, like, we were spoiled for choice. We had Elvira, Joe Bob, Others, obviously. But like the Svengoolie, there were so many horror hosts. Like we were just spoiled back in the day. I miss that. Like we don't have that type of program. I guess you could call maybe this is kind of like that, where a talking head just interrupts at certain intervals. Of course, I way overdo it, but I miss that. We're like, I remember watching a scary movie on a Halloween, not too close to the present time, but I remember being comforted and also a little titillated when Elvira would show up and shake her cans and go like, isn't this scary? And I would go, yeah, but now it's a little better. It was like kind of having to stay up to watch Roundhouse after Are You Afraid of the Dark? I appreciated it.
Pretty pitiful.
He's still on Shitter. Shitter. Yeah, Shutter. He's a great talent. There are so few people who can like bring charisma and like what you need in that situation. Also, there's probably a huge team of writers to like throw out trivia and stuff for, but like, you know, not hard to do. Where'd they go?
But I guarantee you, you watch one of these flicks like The Creeping Unknown or Motel Hell.
You don't have Riz.
They might be scary, but they're not near as scary as what you'll find hanging around the bar at last call. If you know what I mean.
Hey, you guys ever been drunk at a bar and had sex with a stranger? Then you know what I mean.
Just get it over with. And I think you do.
Watch Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs, Friday at 11 on TNT.
I don't want to have to tell you again.
You know, and also if you're a fan of AVGN, like Monster Madness would not be a thing. I mean, the 2021 controversy notwithstanding, but like the classic Monster Visions wouldn't be a thing without, Monster Madness wouldn't be without Monster Vision.
Used to be, if you wanted a cookie, you came. But ever since she discovered Nestle refrigerated cookie dough, my life...
This is a nightmare.
...has been empty. Just look at these flavors. Oatmeal cookies with raisinets, sugar cookies with bits of...
I used to sneak them out down the back of the house so they couldn't be seen. Huh?
What?
Are we talking about cookies, Brick? I'm confused. I've also been drinking.
Butterfinger candy and all chocolate chip with real Nestle Toll House morsels. Just 10 minutes and you've got warm...
Guys, not for nothing, I want to give you a little bit of information because Nestle, obviously they're Nestle Toll House morsels, so it's like Bram Stoker's Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. There was such a place as the Toll House, and it was famous for cookies. Nestle bought, and now all of your nostalgia is a corporate expression, just like the microplastics in your testicles. But rest assured, the Toll House was a real thing, and that it is tied to reality. Because like growing up, I go, what the fuck is a toll house? There were many toll houses, but the Toll House in specific they're talking about did have the cookies. Nestle bought them. Voila. I will never sell out unless I get the right price.
Nestle cookies. Oh, I really want one bad. Hey, whatever happened to...
Yeah, he did do a FDO. He did do a movie, not a movie, a video with Joe Bob Briggs. He also had, I mean, this is terrible latter-day AVGN bullshit, but like Gilbert Godfrey
Oh my
rather,
God.
played Fred Fox. Like one kind of smirk out of me. We don't have to talk about AVGN, but whatever.
The sharing.
New Nestle refrigerated cookie dough,
$13.
the very best
Sold.
in every
I'm not
bite.
made of $13.
Set sail
Get
for
that reference?
adventure, the pirates of dark water. Now, board the race with Ren and his valiant crew as they search for
Okay.
the treasures of rule. But the
Really quick. I despised this cartoon. Didn't like it. Thought it was too weird. It reminded me too much of the trauma I received at the hands of The Secret of Nim and the Rankin Bass Hobbit. However, if you can get your hands on either an emulated copy or the real deal of the Pirates of Darkwater on SNES, fucking banger video game. Awesome. I would say even puts like shit like Golden Axe and Battletoads to shame. The Pirates of Darkwater on SNES, unforgivable the amount of continues you get because it was before, you know, you could just play and beat a game. I've never beaten it, but every time I've tried, super fun. Enjoy it.
Beware. The treasure's no
Get it, Brick. It's worth it.
good to a dead.
Talk to Mr. Yabo. He puts together emulation stations, I hear.
Oh.
Bluff and his wicked pirates are on the attack, so the Wraith is armed for battle with a boulder-hurling catapult.
Oh, yeah, so Ryan actually said that while I was
Yeah.
talking. He's right. He's right, everybody. I was right first, but in retrospect, he was also right. And there's no shame in coming in second, Ryan. You're just the first loser.
Hit the deck, Kong.
A power blast harpoon and a mainsail glider.
You're sunk.
Really disconcerting cartoon. Very upsetting to me, truly. Like the last unicorn level of setting.
The Pirates of Dark Water.
Like Godzuki, I would rather watch. And what does that tell you?
Each sold separately.
They call me the Micro Machine Highway Warrior, the daringest dude on the road here to beat up the highways with these mighty Micro Machine Highway Warriors. These Micro Machine Highway Warriors are the mightiest micros ever with totally tough snap-on armor. They'll leave you in the dust. Don't pick a fight with this Micro Might. Remember, if it doesn't say Micro Machines, it's not the real thing.
Galoob, number one. Nailed it. Oh, God. The Micro Machines guy and... Oh, God. What's his name? Who made the sound effects from Police Academy? God damn it. Why can't I remember his name? Anyway, like, they... lived in a time where like today you couldn't do that. Like the Micro Machines guy, there are faster talkers. Michael Winslow, I think his name was. Now it's coming to me. Michael Winslow.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Ryan. Michael Winslow. Oddities of their time. Other people now have come along. It's like your favorite band, no matter how much you like their music or their musicianship or their skill, there's someone on YouTube who has way more, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if like the Micro Machines guy or Michael Winslow could exist today because there are so many other people who do what they do better. But like this is before the internet. They go, oh, I know a guy who talks relatively fast. Micro Machines. Galoob snapped his ass up. Do I remember Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates? I do, because it was so bizarre, right? Because it was like the exact opposite of the Disney version. So Tim Curry was the Captain Hook, obviously, but like whereas everybody's Touchstone, Disney had a black-haired Captain Hook with the mustache and Smee, whereas like this was he had white curls, like little Lord Fauntleroy curls, no mustache, and a very wide jaw. Whereas Disney's Hook had like a very aquiline nose and that sort of slender
villainy
features.
Looking.
Fucking great. I can't believe I forgot about that. But that just goes to show you how many cartoons came and died in our lifetime. But yeah, the Fox Peter Pan with Tim Curry nailed it. Oddly. Whoa, look at that. I feel like we were talking about this earlier, if you guys are in the Discord.
Hey, Cookie, more pecani sauce. This ain't paste pecani sauce.
Why did he even have that, right? Like Cookie, the guy in charge of all the food, picks up a jar of random, not generic or generic sauce, if you're a Bobby Stroll fan, and he goes, meh, you knew enough to get the pace. What's this fucking bullshit, Cookie? I'm glad they killed you.
Sauce? What's the difference? Cookie, paste pecani sauce is made in San Antonio.
Paris, Texas today, but still Texas.
With fresh vegetables and spices by people who know what pecani sauce is supposed to taste like.
This stuff's made in New York City.
New York City?
Get a rope.
Get a rope.
Boom.
Pick up the original. Pick up the
They were willing to kill their only cook because he bought the wrong salsa. But yeah, you string him up and you go, well, now what do we do? I guess we're going to like boil our saddlebags and eat them? Like we're going to turn into the Donner Party and eat the oxhide roof?
Face.
Vegistickles.
Newsflash! It's a Pog milk cap invasion.
Guys,
milk cap sightings
Pogs.
are pouring in by the
Pogs are back, and Alf is back, but only in Pog form.
thousand. The cause is anyone's guess.
It's the official World Pog Federation.
Yo, I
milk
had
cap.
this.
For the first time ever,
I
you
never
can make
got
your own
that.
Milk caps. It's cool because
I
it's
ruined a lot of personal keepsakes by turning them into Pogs.
totally easy. Just load in the picture, line it up, twist,
I always
and
wanted
bam, make the world's biggest, coolest collection.
Stretch
It's the Pog
Armstrong
milk
and his
cap
friends?
invasion.
And in the weather.
Pog.
I think I still have my slammer somewhere.
Not for nothing, guys. You can look up like Pogs, like the Pog company exists still with their hairy Captain Caveman looking mascot. You can buy them on Amazon. I've got some on my wish list because I go, what if they make a comeback? I'm ready. The second someone says, like, or anybody whips out a slammer, my cart will be full of Pogs. I just have to wait for the go, like the pistol at the starting line of the Kentucky Derby. As soon as somebody says, hey, you want to play some Pogs? I'll say, in 2 days. I'm an Amazon Prime member.
Cat toys. Who else?
Not to be confused with Pogs.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But still, pretty titillating. Krista doesn't know what that is. She'll have to Google it later.
I don't know if I want to.
Sometimes a regular squirt gun just won't do. Introducing the Super Soaker 50.
Yeah, that's a very different story.
I don't want to look and see what it is.
I'm back.
Just pump up our powerful air pressure system, and you can soak someone up to...
I mean, what doesn't revolve around Popeye with you? You're like, the first time I had sex, I was watching Popeye and Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, and his name was Abu Hassan. Again, by the way, if you haven't seen those, look at the channel. You're welcome.
Feet away.
Yeah, fat ass white girls with a PH too. P.S.
Oh, that's not bad
because
okay.
No, it's not that bad. But there was a white girl with a huge ass that made it to Tosh.0, and I go, okay, that is the jumping the shark of the Pogs thing.
Oh.
Like when Daniel Tosh interviewed that woman with the ass that was 3 axe handles wide, I go, I'm on board, but now it has jumped the shark.
Sorry, sis.
The Super Soaker 50 from Laramie.
You'll be wet.
Also available, the Super...
And seriously, her ass was so big, but also seriously, what happened to Super Soaker? Right? Like, I remember buying I saved up allowance for, I don't know, it felt like my entire life to buy a Super Soaker that was in the thousands, because they had the 50, the 100, the 150, 200. Then they had like a 15 or a 1200, and it was like as long as a fire truck, and it had like the technology had advanced to the point where, because you guys had Super Soakers, obviously, the pressure is not it's not digital. It's not like it was a sine wave. So you would have to pump it up, and then you would have like a woo drop off as the pressure died. I bought a Super Soaker in the thousands, number wise. I didn't have that. I got $40, but it had the technology that like you would pump it up, and as soon as the pressure dipped below a certain level, it would just stop. But you would have a constant powered stream that was homogeneous through the whole thing. I didn't know if we had anywhere to go from there, because it felt like the pinnacle of human achievement.
Brick turned his Super Soaker into a flamethrower. It worked once and then it melted.
Yeah, when you're shooting flames out of something that's exclusively made out of plastic, it'll work once, but then that just ups the dosage of the microplastics in your testicles, Brick.
Your testicles.
Brick, your testicles. Are your kids Lego men? I don't know if you have kids. I don't want to dox you.
It doesn't matter what comes.
P.S. guys, if you ever wonder like why Mentos commercials are so fucking weird, they were shot in Europe, written by Europeans, and acted by European actors. That's why every time you look at them, you go, "This is so uncanny valley."
I'm trying to watch FDO, but David keeps pausing it.
This is not America. America first. Right? I've been watching The Boys. You guys, I want to talk about The Boys with you. B-O-Y-S.
With Mentos fresh and full of life, nothing gets to you.
Right, so that's the thing. Great, Brick. You didn't have to inject microplastics into a woman like I did with my wife.
Staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life, fresh goes better. Mentos fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos.
Like I got the one like. Obviously, you've seen the commercials for Mentos, or at least I hope to God you have. But like when the guy sits down the bench that's wet with paint and he turns his suit into a pinstripe affair, I got that because the painter goes like, "Haha, yeah, you fucked over my entire morning's work and I'll have to paint it again. But hey, good on you, bro." But like when this dude like this European, this Norwegian dude's friends go, yay, he's walking, or like not walking, but he's like sliding through the back of some dude's Beamer on a corded car phone. They go, yay! I go, what?
Woohoo!
The Fresh Maker.
He was handsome before he got all fucked up.
Now the history a little, and now you're a little out of shape. That's the way you go is when you play the Grape Escape.
This game was like a hyper-violent mousetrap. Like in Mousetrap, you know, God bless you if you got that contraption to work. But like when this game came out and they gave you Play-Doh dudes, you could just essentially eviscerate. Fucking game changer, literally.
I could never get this game because it would make too much of a mess, but we had Mousetrap and literally never put it together.
There were several games that had like Play-Doh involved, like Splat.
Oh, I remember Splat. I never got to have it, but my cousins had it.
You know, that's sad because Splat and Bugs, you know, that was where it's at.
Yeah.
Splat. Like trouble with a pop-o-matic bubble? Fine, whatever. Eat a dick. I wanted Splat and whatever this game was, so his name escaped me, but we're about to find out, I imagine.
A Grape Escape game. Race through
Grape
the crazy
Escape,
jam
there we
factory
go.
without getting sliced, squished, mashed, or mushed.
I said this would be banned for being too violent.
Violence is fine as long as it's not directed at humanoids. These are grapes. You squish those already. You cut them up for kids. Though this was not something that was out of the ordinary, out of the unusual. What a fucking idiot I am. But yeah, like you step on grapes to make wine. You cut grapes for kids who are too small. This isn't violent. It's just normal. But if you were a grape, it probably would seem like a genocide.
Something big is coming to McDonald's.
Watches for
Something of such
$2.
enormous proportions.
Timex.
It could only be
Were
called
they Timex?
the Jurassic Park.
No. You think any watch that was given away at Taco Bell, McDonald's, or Burger King was a Timex?
Oh, I thought Timex watches were pretty cheap, so that's why I was asking.
No, Timex, they took a licking and kept on ticking. These were fucking like if Wish or Temu existed, it's that.
Extra value meal. Okay, let's eat.
Clever
An
burger.
enormously juicy triple cheeseburger with fries and a medium drink in one of 6 free Jurassic Park collector cups.
Free.
The Jurassic Park extra value meal, a dino-sized value for a dino.
Look how tiny that burger is. It looks so big until the guy picked it up and he's like, look how huge. I won't be hungry for days. What is that, fake cheese? You can really taste the plastic.
Sized appetite. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
God damn it, this wasn't the watch commercial. Sorry, guys, but trust me. You could buy a watch for $2 at any participating McDonald's, Taco Bell, or Burger King, depending on the promotion. Collector cups are so great. But yeah, they just filled your testicles with microplastic. Every time you took a sip, it was like, well, I guess my balls are a little heavier, and not for any of the good reasons. But like, what good reason would you have to make your balls heavier? That's not the important part, right, guys? No one's like, oh, look at those balls. Huge balls on that dude. No one ever complained about ball size or boasted about ball size. Now they're full of microplastics.
Yo, Mars Blackman, here with the lattice lamp.
We're gonna bring up Zombie.
I am the genie on the lamp.
Look at that! They missed an opportunity. That should have been Sinbad. But it was Little Richard.
I'm granting you just one wish. What should I wish for? Do you know? $1 million? Nah, tax problem.
Nah, plus I got that already. A new T-Bird, I would take that. Did you guys see Little Richard when he hung out with Pee Wee Herman? Hey, Pee Wee!
Can't drive. I got it.
He can't drive?
Look, Mom, I can fly. I like that, Genie. I am the greatest.
Cooked up Little Richard.
New hidden treasure cereal is amazing.
What was he? Little Richard was in the Catalina Caper. Not to bring it back to MSD3K, but I often do. And he played on the piano. Like, remember when movies would just have like songs in their entirety, sometimes performed live? Watch Catalina Caper. There's Little Richard playing the fucking piano. And later he probably slurped a guy's dick because, not the judge, but to each his own. I just don't get it, you guys. I get everything like that cisgendered white males enjoy. Every time I see a penis, I go, cool. It's like when you see a Honda Civic on the road. Unless you're a real like Honda fan, you go, oh yeah, it's just another car. Nothing to get excited about.
Some pieces have fruit flavor inside, some don't.
Some have
Nobody
cheese.
knows which ones. I'll figure it out.
Hold on, HG. We'd rather be surprised.
Back in the day, we used to have owls lick our candy to see how many times it took to get to the Tootsie Pop, and now there might not even be a Tootsie Roll. I'm not going to let a robot test that out. I'm going to do it myself.
That's the fun of
Ryan
it.
wants to know ever hear Weird Al's story about being on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune with Little Richard? He had no idea how to play the game. They told him to pick a continent. He chose Europe. I mean, I can see that.
Right? Like, I don't want to like. If we're going to be like drawing corollaries, I would say Little Richard is a lot like James Brown in that they both worked super hard to get where they were. They were both super talented, but their brains were fucking fried.
Yeah.
Penis equals Honda, Honda equals penis. Yeah. I get it. I understand. Like, not that Honda is like a penis, right? Because I respect Honda as a company. They're like their policy where anyone, anywhere on the production line or whatever, they have just-in-time production, not to get too deep into this, but like anyone can come to the higher-ups of Honda and make a suggestion that will improve the line. Like Honda motorcycles in particular. They just are bulletproof because anybody who has a good idea is not turned away at the door. So I wouldn't say it's like Honda, like penises are like Honda in general. I'd say it's like penises are like the Honda Civic. I see them everywhere. Not that I see penises everywhere, but you know what I'm saying. Like you see them everywhere. They're ubiquitous. They just don't really do anything for me like to stoke my fire. I go, yeah, fuel economy, great. They're everywhere. Some people really love them. Some people just...
So what are boobs a corollary to in car world?
For me, it's like the Dodge Viper, the 1994 Dodge Viper RT10. I will never turn down one of those. Did Music Biz Marty die? Here's the thing, Fosco. Welcome, Fosco. I've missed you.
We just heard your song in the car the other day.
Yeah, if you're privy to that reference. But yeah, I'm trying to catch up. I fell out of Lolcows for a little bit. I'm completely checked out of King Cobra JFS. No way! Oh man, I was just on the Best of Cyrax Volume 43 on, for Psychosis on Rumble because he can't come back to YouTube. Every time he does, he gets... I am not surprised. I'm a little sad because now it's like, what is Superman if Kryptonite doesn't exist? I'm a little bummed. Yes, Viper equals boobs. Thank you, Brick. Not a GTS, though. Not a GTS. A Viper RT10. And not one of those like GT3 or whatever, like the new version is. A 1994 Dodge Viper RT10, cherry red or white with the 2 blue pinstripes. That's a nice pair of tits. RIP Music Biz Marty.
I thought he was a douchebag, but that kind of sucks that he died.
Again, not surprised. He spent Lolcows, you guys. Hello, it's me again with Lolcows. But RIP Music Biz Marty, who is going to be Cyrax's arch nemesis now because fuck, guys.
Well, they all worked with Music Biz Marty.
I'm glad CVG is gone. He was fucking annoying. RIP Jamie Nicole. RIP Heather #2.
Oh my God, they're all dead? Like for reals?
Yeah. Jamie Nicole died of COVID.
Oh.
I don't know how Heather #2 died. But what are we going to do without, that's like the Lex Luthor to Bizarro Superman that is Cyrax. Because, whatever. Welcome, Fosco. I'm glad to have you.
Hidden treasures. Smuggling women discover a yummy glass of
You don't have Riz.
cherry, orange, and grape flavor.
I'll drill inside them to find out.
Don't take the fun out of breakfast, HT.
Part of this complete breakfast, new hidden...
I know, right? I can't believe King Cobra is still alive.
That's true.
Out of morbid curiosity, not to diverge from
whatever
nostalgia again, but I can't believe King Cobra is still alive. He is this much above a rambling homeless person on the street. He has fried his brain with spice and huffing duster and still is out there doing food hacks. How is this man still fucking alive, you guys? Oh my God. Oh yeah. Mr. Yabo, the dinosaur eggs in the oatmeal, classic. The bears that come out in the oatmeal, again, classic. I hate oatmeal, never liked it ever. However, my brother would eat that shit, and so I would pick all of the gummy bears and or dinosaurs out. And so when he would stir it expecting a surprise. Okay, so for the uninitiated, sorry. Music Biz Marty was the horror cow, lol cow to some, Cyrax's arch nemesis. And that's what was so great about it. King Cobra doesn't have an arch nemesis. Daniel Larson, World of T-shirts, they all have these figures, but they didn't have like the dichotomy that Cyrax had with Music Biz Marty. I'd say Chris Chan is the only one who came close with Blue Spike or who made Asper Chew? Thomas Benson Leary, I think. Whatever. I love a good team up and or clash.
Mashup. Yeah.
Music Biz Marty and Cyrax were the perfect pair of figure and antithesis. I can't say hero and villain because they're both villains, but one entity versus another. They were both villains. R.I.P. Music Biz Marty. I don't know where that community is going to be without him because, but again, not surprised. Yeah, like a regarded Batman and a pedo Joker. Yes, exactly. So, whereas, for those uninitiated, the pedo Joker would be Cyrax, whereas the regarded Batman was Marty. Not a very smart man, not a very clever dude, just able to play that regarded fiddle.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Hidden treasures, the taste that's full of surprises.
Don't bother, Brick. Unless you're into lolcows, you don't need to know any of this.
Not worth it.
I am emotionally and intellectually stunted, so I like this sort of shit. Man, I was whatever. Again, I'm in the Best of Cyrax Part 43 in Psychosis on Rumble. Again, if you're a fan of lolcows, check out Psychosis 43 on Rumble because every time he comes back to YouTube, his shit gets shut down in record time. I can't believe Cyrax has had his channel for so long. He's surpassed 1,000 subs, which I'm not going to lie, does sting a little bit to yours truly. But I'm not a lolcow. So
right, he has a troll following.
Yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, back at it.
He's gross.
No, you didn't interrupt at all because I do that enough, Fosco. But I do appreciate the update because it would have been months before I found out because it would have come out. I am still semi-related to the lolcow community. Not related, but I'm watching. I've interacted with some of Cyrax's live streams. One time he almost said my full name, and I thought that was the end of the channel. I go, oh my God. He almost said, I don't want to talk about it. I don't need that attention from that community. I just wish that, like Chris Chan in his glory days, we could still be in the Sonichu and not the sexually assaulting your mom and becoming transgender because of the idea, guys. Again, I've talked about this before. I don't think Chris transitioned to female based on his own decisions. But it was the worst decision he ever made. I miss the classic polo shirts and lifting chairs with books on them and just being a classic lolcow. The trolls come in and they fuck shit up. Just like Cosby did the new Coke. Just the way it is, guys.
We come here for the interruptions and random rants.
Yeah, thank God you're here. The one lady was like, you guys talk too much. And obviously you guys, she was meaning me. And I go, yeah, why are you here? It's like eating a double stuffed Oreo and being like, what is this shit in the middle of these cookies I enjoy? Here comes an anal probe. Did he take his airwalks? you guys remember that classic TNG episode where everyone on the Enterprise was getting abducted, like by those clicking aliens, and they all went to the holodeck to like recreate the table they all got probed on? That shit was fucking weird, because I go, how is it in the 24th century they're still getting abducted by aliens? Like, we're in space. Like, this isn't Mulder, like, you know, getting a classic butt plug, but like, they were, it was amazing. My shoes are gone and my butt hurts.
Bart Simpson battling deadly space mutants in Acclaim's best-selling video game, Bart vs. the Space Mutants. And now, it's Bart vs. the world, as Bartmania continues to spread.
I mean, not for that. You guys saw the AVGN episode for the Bart Simpson games. I've also played them, so I know it's not just an opinion by the Angry Video Game Nerd. I also think the Simpsons NES games sucked. The controls were terrible. Acclaim, bad company. LJN, most of their shit was farmed out to Acclaim, and that is why.
But Homer still wants Bart to mow the lawn. Bart mumbles he's got better things to do and life is unfair. And now, portable Bart.
Yeah, he ate his own shorts. FDO knows.
Mania in Bart vs. the Giant.
I am almost positive they do. I believe I saw them at either Target or the last time it was in a Payless, but they
that
don't
was
exist anymore, So yeah, I think I saw. I don't know why, because you know Facebook knows that I love the 90s.
Oh, they're a Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to say they were either at Target or some other big box store. But yeah, I think Walmart, yes, Walmart took over Airwalks. Yeah. What were those ones? Vans. Vans were the skater shoe to go to in the 90s. I had Vans skater shoes. Airwalks was like the Hydrox to Vans Oreos.
Notes for Game Boy. Bartmania now comes 3 ways for your NES and Game Boy from Acclaim.
Oh, you're kidding. Walmart sells shitty products? I just bought a insulated mug from Walmart that claimed 40 hours of cold drink ability. 3. And it's warm as piss, okay? Fuck you, Walmart. I fucking hate Walmart. If you shop at Walmart, my prayers go out to you. I don't pray. But if I did, they would go out to you. Stop shopping at Walmart. They fucking suck.
Claim. Poor Bart.
Don't get Airwalks, Brick. Get Vans. If Vans still exist as a product, buy them. Don't buy Airwalks.
I think Vans still exist, right?
Yeah,
Don't they have
if you're
outlet
serious
stores?
about nostalgia, get Vans. If you want your feet to live in comfort, get New Balance. That's all there is to it.
Didn't Wolin have New Balances?
There is one experience this summer
It did not fall off his fucking foot.
that will take you to heights you never thought you
Rick
could
knows
reach.
what I'm talking about.
You will follow the tracks of those who have gone before you. Some will begin their journey sitting, some standing. You will see the world in a new way. You will hear the sounds of excitement. You will feel the power of the shockwave and the
You guys
scream
been to Six
machine.
Flags recently?
Feel the power only at Six Flags.
It didn't fall off, Ryan. It didn't. I'm tired of this gaslighting. It's been going on for too many years now. And the fact that I can say it's been going on for years is depressing as fuck.
Great adventure.
Save $4 on adult admission with coupons at your local Pathmark store.
Hi, welcome to the world. Your mama is going to take good care of you for the first 6 weeks. But after that,
you're on your own, little bastard.
Fuck you guys.
Pedigree will. New pedigree food for puppies. Developed by our veterinarians to give you the nutrition no other puppy.
I do, Fosco. He got hit in the face by a goose in flight. Like, the same thing that took down Sully Sullenberger that made him, like, create a miracle on the Hudson. No one said there was a miracle on Fabio's nose, because I remember seeing that footage of the roller coaster cars pulling back into the station and him just having, like, blood gushing from his nose because he hit a fucking goose. Probably a Canadian goose, if you know what I mean. What do I mean by that? I don't know.
Puppy food can beat anywhere at any price. And mixing the delicious pedigree meat and crunchy dry gives
Dude, take it like he did take it like a champ, but like, I mean, you're Fabio. Like, he probably got all of his crying out during the rest of the ride, so that when he came back in, he goes, "Oh, what the fuck? Like a goose hit me." eyes are all red.
To a taste you're gonna love.
Yeah, there was a lot of birds happening, I guess, in pop culture. Randy Johnson did kill that bird, and that's a local reference. He was the pitcher for Arizona Diamondbacks and now is shilling for Arizona Indian casinos for bingo.
Yep.
He looks like the saddest old man in the world in those commercials. Like, it's even worse than Alice Cooper ordering a tomahawk steak. If you know that reference. Tomahawk steak. Chow Fuck. Poor Randy Johnson. And P.S., I think Alice Cooper turned 77 today as of this recording. Happy birthday. Come down to Cooperstown, Arizona. Baseball. Prison food.
Prison food. A bird shat in Cyndi Lauper's mouth during a concert, and she just took a swig of water from a bottle and kept on singing.
Yo, I would have puked my ass off, but...
He would have.
Maybe not, because like when you're in the midst of a show or like any public performance, you'll definitely, or like if you're an actor, because I've done things on stage, I've never been on screen. I guess if you count Raiders of the Lost Genre a thing, but anytime I've ever had to perform, you make allowances because it's what the character would do. Like I've done things and accepted things that I would never accept in my real life because of the show and it needing to go on. So, you know, I would never bite the head off a bat, though. So there's that.
Ugh. New pedigree food for puppies. Developed by vets. Recommended by top breeders.
I mean, like the stage. Where I'm not playing myself, where I'm not being me. Like if you watch Raiders of the Lost Genre and we do the my favorite movie, which Jameson hates, and I'll never forgive him for, but like The Last Dinosaur, when we do our like sitcom entry skit, all my idea, by the way, that was something that I would say I wasn't necessarily playing myself. But like here, you know, I've done things where I go, I probably wouldn't do that in my real life. Like, you know, yell at my wife. I wouldn't do that in public, but here it's a safe space. I will yell at her until my throat is sore.
For the flying visit to McDonald's. Dropping some friends.
I don't know how we can not love that movie. Jameson, if you're still here, explain yourself. If you don't like Richard Boone and the fucking Rankin Bass costumes of The Last Dinosaur,
who are you?
Who are you? Richard Boone gets with a Japanese cave woman at the end, and you go like, what? What?
Friends off first. Over.
I fucking love that movie. I've got it on DVD.
Fancy a quick dip, chaps? Volva. McNuggets away! He really fell for that one. I say, what happened to number 6?
I think he's a bit chicken.
I think he's hanging out with 9, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Richard Boone, no relation to Richard Gere, of course. Yeah, I would imagine. It's like Cameron Mitchell and James Cameron, no relation. God, if there was a relationship to Sarah Boone and Richard Boone, you know I would be all over that shit. Yeah, I don't know why they're British. It's weird. What's up with this commercial? We had an Australian McDonald's commercial earlier. I don't know what's going on. If that's true, Matt, I need sources.
Moving it. No, I'm not. You're moving it. You're moving it. Would you just quiet? I'm trying to concentrate here, and I'm not moving it. You're moving it.
Yeah, everybody knows the quickest way into the spirit realm is something produced by Parker Brothers.
Yes.
Right? If you want to talk to ghosts, whether it be Ronald Reagan or Thurston Howell, whose name I can't remember. Let's just say Pat Buttram instead. Whether you want to talk to Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, or Pat Buttram, you go, hey, who is the psychic and or spiritual conduit for that? Music Biz Marty? Jim Backus, thank you, from Angel's Revenge. The only thing I know him from. I would go, I don't know. There's the Witches of Waverly Place. Salem has a lot of stuff going on, but you know what? Let's go to Parker Brothers.
They got it going on.
With a Ouija board. You guys know what that thing is called? A planchette? The thing that they are moving around that board? It's a planchette.
Huh.
Sounds like a cheese, doesn't it?
Yes. Ah! The kid got crushed.
Yeah, they need all those bananas for the Urkel cereal. Hey, why do you guys like Urkel cereal if it doesn't taste like bananas? Mom, you're in the wrong commercial. Fuck out of here. Guys, there is so much violence at the feet of bananas. The Banana Republic is not just a store. They named themselves after the horrible bloodshed across multiple South American companies, right? You go like, oh, we're going to call our store Blood Diamonds. And you just give that the okay. The Banana Republics were built on bloodshed. The Contra. You know what I mean? You're not going to like walk into like the Gap, Banana Republic, and Blood Diamonds, the highest echelon of the store. Because P.S., Old Navy, the Gap, and Banana Republic, same company. I used to work for Old Navy. Old Navy, bottom, Gap, Banana Republic. And then as if like there was something above that for people who like buy Bugattis and Bentleys. I shop at Blood Diamonds. This cashmere scarf cost me $1,237,000.
Yeah, well, if you used to go on their website, the little tabs would be on top, and you could see what you can and can't afford, basically.
When I worked at Old Navy, I watched some training material that told me, same company.
Wow.
Blood Diamonds.
Of course there's a gap between Old Navy and Banana Republic.
Right, because the Old Navy would have to bridge the gap to the Banana Republic. You'd get on those Old Navy ships with those ladies with the big glasses who were all the rear admirals.
Well, then how do you get to the Blood Diamond, whatever the hell?
Well, after you stop off in the Banana Republic, you go, well, the South American situation's on lock. Now you take the Old Navy across the gap to Africa, where you get the Blood Diamonds. And then you get to like, a small African child lost 3 fingers because of this scarf. Fuck you. You straw man rich person buying your Bentleys. Ew. His milk is curdled. Colors of Pentagon. They're Australian. That's the worst.
Yeah, Brick was saying that they were holding the cricket bats inappropriately, and
like, here's the thing, guys. You guys remember when like milk as a concept got commercials, eggs as a concept were always getting commercials? Where's the Banana Council? If it is in Australia, that's like South America, Ecuador, I don't know, places like that where actual Banana Republics were. What's going on?
a lot of outdoor activities in Australia.
Oh, yeah. Australian bananas. I'll be damned.
Tonight, the Critic has a plan to clean up New York City.
I greased the tracks to make the train run much quieter.
And the biggest names in show business are getting into the act.
Run for your life! Roseanne's on the loose!
Catch a brand new episode of The Critic coming up next.
I remember that show.
You think you do? I definitely do.
I don't think I watched very many of them, but the Roseanne, that one, I
watched a lot of The Critic, but like, I don't know, man. Remember we were talking about the Ninja Turtles and the Cowboys of Mesa and all the other spinoffs. The Critic was one where like they saw the success of The Simpsons and they go, we can do this. Like Family Guy was probably the only like inbred offspring to come off of that asexual budding process that is television to make like a stand. And sometimes you'll need a few separations. Like, okay, if like, again, with our Old Navy, Gap, and Blood Diamonds and or Banana Republic, I would say like The Simpsons gave birth to Family Guy, but as much as that like was good and then now has triple the amount of suck to good ratio, it did do one thing. It gave us American Dad.
I love American Dad.
So sometimes it would be like if Friends, like that Joey spinoff, gave us something good, which didn't. We still have that. I was a fan of Duckman. Like, George Costanza did a great job as Duckman. It was before its time. I would lump that in with the same, although to a lesser degree, like the Diet Coke caffeine-free version of like when they were really pushing the envelope when you had the Head, Eon Flux, and the Max. Like it was the time to be insane. Maybe Duckman was closer to like Dr. Katz or like Home Movies, that wiggly animation, but still in the same genre where they go, we're going to make it a little extreme. But you know what I mean?
This is not in any relation to those shows, I'm sure. But when was Mission Hill? When did Mission Hill come out?
Mission Hill was like the early 2000s.
And they didn't last long, right?
That was like an Adult Swim era. Like it was an adult-oriented cartoon. I wouldn't say it fits in that timeline or like, okay, if you're into deep time and or dinosaurs and the theory of evolution, you can see where things branched off from a common ancestor. Oh, that's so sad. It was, yeah, Mission Hill was so great and was so short-lived. It chaps my ass because it was so fucking good. It's like
I thought it was funny.
It was like kind of like Clerks, the animated series, where it was not off the wall zany and not totally down to earth, but somewhere in the middle where it just fucking worked. I guess I can believe that. Bling blong, bling blong. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Bling bling, blingity blingity blong blong. And that was such a great show. It had Brian Posehn doing his best work. I can't remember the lady who did Posey's voice, but she was fucking baller on, I think she was in like Suddenly Susan and News Radio.
Oh.
She reminds me of like a better Kathy Griffin.
Oh, okay. I don't like Kathy Griffin, so anything's better than her.
She was like, I can't remember her name, but like so good. There were so many, and that's what sucks, right? The good, like the genuinely progressive, Vicki Lewis, thank you. The progressive shows that actually did things that were wildly entertaining lasted
a year. Yeah. Mission Hill was
2.
created by Simpsons writers.
I don't doubt it because it was fucking awesome. Like, Family Guy was just generic enough to like Stewie Griffin. I fucking hate, but I didn't always. It took the fans to ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
The fans ruin everything. Rick and Morty, first 3 seasons, pretty good. Then the fans got a hold of it. Let me ask you this. What did the fans do to Star Wars? How is Star Wars doing? Is modern Star Wars good? Is modern Star Trek good? Who ruined it? Where's Mission Hill?
The guy who voiced SpongeBob was the voice of Gus.
Yes! Awesome! Like super progressive! Like Gus and, is it Ernie? Gus and Ernie? Like Ernie owned the diner and worked at the diner. Like, maybe this is bullshit, but they feel and felt like
Wally.
Okay, thank you, not Ernie. Gus and Wally were like the first animated gay couple that weren't like scared or hid it.
Yeah.
Like Wally and Gus would walk into that Korean guy's shop and he was one of the friend group that was whatever. But like when Gus and Wally, like, because Gus comes in and tries to buy condoms, but he chickens out, so he buys like what Homer does when he tries to buy fireworks, except he doesn't leave with the fireworks. So Wally comes in and says, I want some condoms to have sex with my gay lover, or something along those lines. And it was totally unabashed and totally open and totally, like, I don't know. It didn't bump me as weird, not to bring up the boys, but I'm about to. So like when Frenchie saves Makiko and you think they're going to be a thing. And then like season 3, after all the buildup of them with a will they, won't they, he just goes and fucks some dude. I wasn't upset that he went and fucked Colin. I didn't care that Frenchie was fucking Colin. Gave 0 shits about the actual act. I was pissed because like he was stepping out on Makiko. Krista doesn't know because I've been watching it alone in my spare time.
What the fuck?
But like, I was like, I don't care that he's gay. I care that, like, what is Makiko gonna think? And P.S. Frenchie killed Colin's entire family. Not that that matters. But like, I was pissed. I would rather have like Gus and Wally situation where they're like, it's what they call a fast mover.
First, there was Atari.
Not
yeah, and
Colin.
P.S. If you don't know, like Colin isn't like, that's not a spoiler necessarily. Colin's not like a main character or even anything that makes a difference in the long run. But I was like, dude, what the fuck? You saved Makiko from the Rising Sun, like that whole terrorist group, and brought her into the boys and made her like, got her on the path of like mental rehabilitation to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go fuck Colin. The fuck, writers of the boys. P.S. I've got issues with the boys writing. We can get into it later if you want to, but Jesus, fuck you guys. Oh, wrong button over there.
The next generation video games. TurboGrafx 16. TurboGrafx CD for live video games and 2,000 times.
Now, don't be shocked, viewer. If you buy something that has FMV, it's going to be this big. It's going to be the size of a standard Post-it note. We've upscaled it to your TV, which again is 4:3 aspect ratio. It's not the 2000s where we have 16:9. But if you buy something that has full motion video, like Seventh Guest, it's going to be this big.
More memory. Turbo Express
Classic
Portal. Turbo chip compatibility. Basic system $99.99. TurboGrafx 16. The next generation now.
I mean, everybody owned a TurboGrafx 16, right, guys? Guys?
Now, me hearties, let's find the treasure. Follow me.
The Pirates of Lego Water. I think 10% of my balls is microplastics from Legos. Yeah, TurboGrafx 16 big suck. Not for nothing. And if I think of it and I find these later, I will post it. But you guys remember the craze of mini systems, right? Like the NES Mini and the SNES, where they were like, TurboGrafx 16 came out with their own mini version of it. And the comments and the questions section of that system on YouTube, not YouTube, sorry, on Amazon is one of the funniest. I hope it still exists. Go on to Amazon and find the shrunk down version of the TurboGrafx 16. Fucking hilarious. It's like the Music Biz Marty and Cyrix situation, as mentioned before. It is an equal amount of people asking legitimate questions of what the system comes with, and an equal amount on the other side of trolls saying what theirs did come with. So someone will ask, well, does it come with 2 controllers? And someone says mine came with a rock or a full full multiplex theater. Mine came with vibrating chairs. It's one of the funniest fucking interchanges I've seen happen organically outside of a situation where that would happen. Like, people were trolling the questioners of the TurboGrafx 16 mini console in such a funny way. I saved it in a myriad of screenshots on my phone, and sometimes I'll look at my camera roll and laugh at it to this day. I'll put it in the Discord. It's so fucking funny. What games did the PlayStation Classic come with? Like, if there were... Here's the thing. I would buy it now if it came with the first 2 Jet Motos, and even if it only came with the first 2 Jet Motos. Jet Moto 3, I can take or leave. Mostly you can lick my ring piece. But 1 and 2, fucking best games on the PlayStation.
Shitty games.
Oh, that's a bummer.
What's that? Easy, mateys, they haven't.
I thought Jet Moto was awesome, especially too because they had like a little more pizzazz thrown into it. Like the characters actually had like personalities, and I would always choose the chick who had the most cleavage. Because why wouldn't I? They were like the Dodge Viper of Jet Moto tits.
When you feel so thirsty,
Oh, no.
Get some RC Cola. It's an instant win.
Thank you for putting this in here, FDO. I appreciate it, even though you're a horrible turncoat when it comes to soda.
thousands of prizes under RC Cola labels. And in the bottom inside of
Look how
RC
tiny
Cola
the can is.
Instant win with RC Cola. Hundreds of Bayliner boats.
Picnic tables.
Fishing rods and reels. It's an instant.
Oh, man, I would love an RC rod. Guys, check out my rod. It's a Royal Crown rod. And then you hear like the zipping sound.
Win with
That was
RC
David's
Cola.
nickname in high
Look under
school.
the label.
Yeah, Royal
Look
Crown
inside
Rock.
the can. It's an instant win with Diet RC. It's an instant win with RC Cola.
Yeah, Mountain Dew had SNESs, but fuck them. Fuck Mountain Dew and everybody who drinks it. Even if I like you, if you drink Mountain Dew, we're no longer friends. It's just the way it has to be.
Bring back.
Diarrhea.
Of course.
Diet Cola.
You forgot your kaopectate.
Advanced formula
Anal
kaopectate.
leakage.
Just one dose helps relieve diarrhea fast.
Next time, I won't forget the kaopectate.
Guaranteed to stop diarrhea.
How often do you get diarrhea and like that you will be able to predict it and know to bring the kaopectate?
You just always have to have it in your bag, man.
Like, don't get me wrong. When I was young, like, and it was around midnight or 1:30 in the morning, and I would roll into a Filiberto's or a Rigoberto's or any other cheap Mexican food that had Berto in the title.
Eric Berto's.
I knew I was signing up for diarrhea, but then again, since I knew I was signing up, I didn't get the kaopectate because I knew I was going to have anal leakage. You know, flash forward to the 2020s, and now we have oral leakage. P.S. Not for nothing. Holy fuck. Why does every like drug ad have to say, hey, don't take this drug if you're allergic to this drug?
How would you know?
Would you know?
You would only know if, like, I am allergic to Ceftin, which is a part of other medications. So if you tell the doctor you're allergic to this and they
Like
know that it has something in it,
There's
it.
one medication out there right now, and I don't remember the name. I think it's for the herpes booster shot or whatever. It's like, don't take this if you're allergic to this, that, or yeast. Yeast? Don't get me wrong. A yeast
can't eat anything
infection
then.
is one of my favorite infections because I'm a mead maker, and you need yeast to infect your brew. I don't know what it does to genitals. I know it does good things to honey. So a yeast infection in my book is positive. I don't put kaopectate in there, but I don't know if it would make a difference because it's not diarrhea.
Fast.
And the dog dances too.
Dave's toe yeast mead.
I use Lamisil for that. There's the dancing dog. I fucking knew it, you guys. I've seen this commercial before. I'm an old man.
From Little Caesars, 2 pizzas, 2 crazy breads, plus 2 servings of Coke Classic, all for $7.98. It's enough food to make a family meal into a party.
This is a 2-hour ride.
So?
So what if my diarrhea comes back?
Oh, relax.
Stop with the fucking diarrhea. Man, if you know you have diarrhea or you know what gives you diarrhea, what if it comes back? Like, was diarrhea the wild card for people's butts in the 90s?
Yeah.
Like,
apparently.
we used to be able to predict anal leakage, and this guy's like, I don't know if my anal leakage is coming back. If you don't know, cancel the ride. Like, I can't think of a better place to get diarrhea than on the back of a horse.
He took these Imodium AD caplets.
Just once, I always took
Yeah. Okay. So, Afnate, if you bring something up I wanted to bring up, but since you did, I'll jump into it. That was the thing that happened. Like when you had a real dog on camera, you would zoom in and have like, I don't know. It never got any better than Triumph the Insult Comic Dog.
Oh my
like
God.
with his fake hands holding the microphone. You went from seeing a real dog to a close up of like a puppet dog's arms that were 4
10
times
feet
too long,
long.
touching stuff and manipulating things they shouldn't. You go, well, yeah, this is totally not breaking my suspension of disbelief. That looks like a real poodle. And then you got a dude with like some stilts with like 12-foot long dog legs. And you go, yeah, for me to
big
poop
stuff
on.
2
You
or
know what I'm
3
talking about,
times.
Ryan.
Well, these are much better.
Imodium AD
How dare you, FDO?
caplets are so effective, they often work in one dose.
You guys have heard of kaopectate, right? Well, if you want to keep your diarrhea, take that. But if you want no more diarrhea, especially on the back of a horse, Imodium.
Instead of dose after dose after dose.
Yeah, the poodle had restless leg syndrome and anal leakage. It's a great time to be a poodle.
The pink
He also had a compulsive gambling problem.
I'm leaving.
Already?
Imodium
You a
AD
Nikon shooter, my
caplets can
dude?
make your first
That might save the relationship.
attack of diarrhea your last.
Look, there it is.
Oh, man.
No, let's get the jewels.
The game comes Forbidden Bridge. Dare to cross Forbidden Bridge. But if the angry idol shakes it, you can fall to your doom. First to grab the idol's jewels and get to safety wins. But beware,
Man, board games are so fucking cool in the 90s. What happened?
Forbidden Bridge is forbidden. Forbidden Bridge.
You were either getting destroyed by angry gods or tornadoes or sharks. Man, like now if you want a board game that's worth anything, you got to go to like a specialty store, and even then, like, you still got to use a decent amount of your imagination. It's worth all the microplastic in my testicles if I can just be attacked by Olmec or, you know, the Extapalapa kettle or whatever his name was from The Simpsons. Anything like that. I will take another dose of microplastics in my testicles if I can pass that along to my child. Not the plastic in his testicles, but the fun of the game.
But the rest of it takes 45 minutes to set up and 15 minutes to play.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nintendo headquarters, expert game counselors answer your questions. Their source of
Oh,
information,
oh,
Nintendo
man.
Power. Your
Maggie, can you point out the cadenza?
direct connection to the pros for better play, smarter selection.
Sure.
Check out Nintendo Power. Gives you all the game info you need
Hell
before you buy,
yeah.
so you never make a mistake. And video maps really help your play. Play better, choose smarter. With Nintendo Power.
God, this jacket is like from the future. You see that shit? That's
Crazy.
like from Space Mutiny. Is this the future?
The official magazine of video mastery. For ordering
I know,
information,
he's
call
great.
now or visit
Tom
your
Mello.
Nintendo dealer.
Man, we already watched that dog already. You don't have to get mad at me. We watched
Why is it dry? And why do we still have it? Where's the owner? Like, the owner's just standing by being like, I guess they're going to do it again. These poor regarded dog washers.
Yo, what's up, man? Y'all can't watch dogs for the rest of your life, man. Let's go on tour, man. Let's go do some shows. Oh, baby.
Run DM cream. Guys, ice cream. Get it?
Yo, I do rock. Let's go, man. Yo, man. Yo, come on, bro.
That guy's costume meant his name was Do-Rock?
Come on, hey, Paisan, we got a gig. Let's go.
Pizza and soul food? Where are we?
Mike.
That guy did not like Grape Escape.
No.
Yeah, we spit that shit out. The California Raisins would murder his ass.
Man, come on, man. We got work to do. Word, man. It's time to get ill, man. Come on.
We're getting the band back together.
And the Beastie Boys together forever. Here we go. It's treat to fight for your right. No sleep. I'm the king of rock.
Aerosmith will not be there. Repeat, Aerosmith will not be there. This is simply Run DMC and the Beastie Boys. I realize we're playing a lot of that Aerosmith song. Just to be clear, no refunds and no Aerosmith.
Party people. Run DMC and the Beastie Boys on their way your time right now. And we're going to be cold.
Guys, they were going to Reno, the biggest little city in America, or the littlest big city. I don't remember. The gimmick is it's a lesser Vegas. Yikes.
Philadelphia.
This is what Arnold did to all those Brazilian ladies' butts in that VHS tape that was just on Red Letter Media.
Punches them in the butt.
Yeah, they can take it. A Brazilian butt can take some punishment. Don't ask me how I know that. Yeah, this is for Billy. He's really sore about that whole Predator debacle in South America. I mean, whatever. Carl Weathers, whatever. But Billy, he was the one I really missed. I was hoping this was pizza, not pasta. God damn, do I have the same haircut as Arnold Schwarzenegger back then?
Oh.
Get this! At school I found this magic lamp, and I wished for Disney's Aladdin for my Sega Genesis. It's like the movie! I got to battle sword-slashing thieves and nasty palace guards.
Wait. So you have 2 more wishes? Right? It's not a 2 more.
and ride a flying carpet. And they still have
I used to
two more
have the
wishes.
handheld game, the little hand console, like not console.
The Tiger Electronics
Yep,
version?
and at least yeah, you'd see those things. I used to have the Aladdin one.
Guys, I'm not going to say it again, but I mean, I am. AVGN, the Tiger Electronics episode. Yeah, Disney did not fuck around with their games. The Lion King, Aladdin, all those ones that like came out for both systems, like Disney was not going to be like, yeah, let's make one of them shitty because like it was Disney. They aren't going to be like, oh, well, we can stand and take a hit on the Sega Genesis market. How dare you? I feel like it was the same as Aladdin. It was the same fucking jump and side-scrolling bullshit. It was a platformer. I think it was Virgin.
Sega Genesis and Disney's Aladdin game cartridge, each sold separately.
Cartridge. Oh my god, thank you for this.
Get yourself set up, grab a stick of juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya. Take a sniff, pull it out.
Take a sniff and pull it out could be, I mean, that could be a lot of things, but thank God we're in a juicy fruit commercial.
The taste is gonna move you when you pop it in your mouth. Juicy fruit is gonna move ya. It's juicy soft, it gets right to ya. Juicy fruit, the taste is gonna move ya.
And then the flavor's gone in 48 seconds.
It's not a Fruit Stripes gum, but you know, whatever juicy fruit was, you were on some sort of water, whether it be liquid or solid. You were either skiing or surfing, and you had juicy fruit. When you wanted to go on a date, you had Big Red. Everything else could eat a dick.
To an authentic German baker to bring you the best strudel.
Guten Morgen.
Presenting Pillsbury Toaster Strudel Breakfast Pastry.
If you like Pop-Tarts, you're wrong. You're wrong and bad. You're a bad person. Don't do it. Strudels are the way to go. Pop-Tarts are for the unwashed and the untouchables. Like, you know, the lowest caste in India are deserving of Pop-Tarts. Everybody in a first world country should be eating a fucking toaster strudel because you put the icing on yourself. And it's flaky as fuck.
And you burn your mouth with the insides.
Fuck yeah. Mmm.
Fondant freezer.
They weren't shelf stable. You had to keep them in your freezer. That's how you know what food is. Food, if it's good, goes bad at room temperature. If it can sit on a shelf, what are you doing to yourself, guys? Don't do it.
Strudel bursting with juicy fruit flavors. You just...
Oh, Ryan.
Und Eisen on den Toppen.
16 layers of flaky...
The Strudelführer. What? Poppin' Fresh. Where were you this summer?
Delicate pastry.
Spent a year, 6 months backpacking through Germany when the wall was up.
That's so delicious.
Ich sag lieber, I mean, nothing says lovin' like my toaster strudel.
Ich bin ein Toaster Strudel.
Do you get diarrhea too? Yes, I do get diarrhea.
After a toaster
why are there
strudel.
so many diarrhea commercials.
Because after everything
And
you
what I
like, he
take
puts a
is
diarrhea
Kaopectate.
commercial after
I have
it.
no time to be sick. Kaopectate.
RC Cola, diarrhea.
No, these
Toaster
things
strudels,
don't
diarrhea.
give you diarrhea. The things you love, gives you diarrhea. I don't know. Everything you love, diarrhea.
Bananas, diarrhea.
Bananas give you diarrhea.
Pectate
Strudel will never give you diarrhea.
stops the symptoms fast. It gets rid of the diarrhea. Kaopectate works every time.
It gets rid of the like just sitting there in a
I
straight
need my
face.
stool to be firm. I don't want to be splattering a toilet. When it
Ew.
splashes my bottom, it's cold.
To Kellogg's Pop.
No, pineapple on pizza cures diarrhea.
Yeah.
Pop-Tarts give diarrhea.
My favorite
if you
kind.
Ever have Pop-Tart related diarrhea, get to your nearest store and pop in a toaster strudel. Diarrhea will disappear.
Or don't put them in the toaster.
You're fine, right?
Real fruit flavors and a chocolate one too.
No. And a
chocolate one too.
Real fruit flavors and we got a chocolate. P.S. Cut to the future and it's like maple and brown sugar and caramel and like
s'mores.
Yeah, it's like fucking candy for breakfast. Like, why did we do that to ourselves? If you leave pizza with pineapple on it, Brick, I know you're not American, but you'll never be allowed in this country. So hot, they're cool. No.
Thanks, kid.
Oh, God.
They had apple.
Man!
Applejack's flavored popsicle.
This was one of my favorite Burger King commercials. Kid Vid,
Hey, guys, do you
IQ,
see what I...
Lingo, Wheels.
The leg
What
man.
the fuck was the black kid's name? Sporty Spice?
I see. Wow. Awesome, Kid Vid. I got it. Oh. Hang on.
Yeah, her name was Snaps, I think, because she was the photographer.
Jaws?
P.S. They didn't introduce Lingo because he was like the diversity hire. Because he showed up because he was like the Latin American kid. They had a kid in a wheelchair. They had a redheaded kid who was smart. They had a girl, and they had a black kid with a kid and play haircut. And Lingo showed up like, I want to say, Generation 2. It's like we're breaking the fourth and fifth wall. Oh, yeah. His name was Jaws. Right. Jaws. What reality are we in? Like, he can jump out of the film and pull the burger back into the film, but this man that we are seeing now, can then he can reach his arm into the editing booth and machine to take the burger back? And P.S., does the guy stealing the burger even exist? Because if he's on film, this was shot weeks, if not months ago. Where are we in time? Everything's falling apart. Where's he reaching to?
Burger King Kids Club. It's just
And
for
then
fun
a sixth wall breaks.
and just for you.
But Lingo isn't there yet. You see, you notice there's no Latin American diversity hire yet. And like, why? Why? Again, you had two gingers.
Oh, Boomer.
Oh yeah, Boomer was the athletic girl. Jaws, Kid Vid, IQ, Wheels, which is like
The dog was JD.
Yeah, but like again, the kid in the wheelchair you're gonna call Wheels? Dude.
Watch it.
Alone.
They've got a UFO here, and they'll do anything to keep it a secret.
I could give a fuck about the X-Files UFO related episodes. My favorite all-time, hands down, #1 best episode with a bullet was the Chupacabra one.
Oh yeah.
It
That was a
not
good one.
only like gives a little like twist on the Chupacabra myth, but it also illustrates the plight of a migrant worker. Like those poor dudes, all they wanted to do was like get to America for a better life, and they were infected with some sort of fungus that if it didn't turn you into like a desiccated corpse in a porta-john, it made you a fucking monster.
I think those kids have been abducted.
By who?
The Burger King kids.
What?
Position 10 requesting backup.
Your lives may be in danger. You've seen things that weren't to be seen.
Ugh.
X-Files.
By the time they got to like Brian Thompson and like the clones and the bees,
That's weird, but
like,
interesting. I thought it was interesting, but it was weird.
like it got so far up its own ass. I
Yeah.
was like, God damn it, you guys. Like, don't get me wrong, I love bees and honey, but what the fuck?
Some mysteries were never meant to be
There were some pretty dark episodes.
Yeah.
All new episodes. Fridays.
And then they spun off with the lone gunman and like nothing after that. Like we couldn't get an American Dad on the other side of Family Guy. Like there was nothing on the other side of the lone gunman. Yeah, not the bees. My eyes!
Look, it's slippery. And the question is, what's the capital of Hungary?
Budapest?
Slimy. A right answer gets you $1, a dare gets you double, or you can take the physical challenge.
Physical challenge.
Or Mark Summers. Like after I found out that he had OCD, I just kept flashing back to the time multiple times when Reebok was one of their main sponsors and they made Mark Summers wear Reeboks with no socks. And I have to just believe in my heart of hearts that that was absolute torture for him. I remember watching a documentary about him and his OCD where like he would spend nights early into the morning hours where he was like straightening the tassels on an area rug because of his OCD, and
Yeah.
washing his hands and being like, Jack Nicholson is in as good as it gets. And I just know the torture he had to put himself through. That every time he had to step out from behind that podium and be like, Reeboks, no socks, and he'd show a little ankle, I would just go, ouch.
Essie, you're looking terrific. Crazy day here. I can feel it already. It's squishy. Look under that butter. Look under that butter. Anything can happen. This is an exciting game. It's Double Dare. And it's more fun than
I mean, I feel like something like this kind
Today
of
at
game show
4:30
would
on
be
19
insane to
XIS.
do with OCD like that.
But he wasn't like getting covered in the shit. He was just watching other people do it. Like,
sure.
If he had to jump into like the slopsticle course, I would imagine he probably would have lasted to the end of that episode. But like, oh my God, Reeboks, no socks. And he'd pull his leg out from behind the podium. I'm like, why the fuck are they doing that? P.S. Why would you wear no socks? Do you want foot fungus? Like, do you want to visit from, what's his first name? John Madden? Tough Actin' Tinactin? If you don't want to visit from the Lamisil Ferry, wear socks. I don't care what decade it is.
It's guarding the treasure.
What's it?
One of the classic games. It from the pit.
You can't get away from it.
It from the pit. Fuck you.
It from the pit.
You can just hear the winding of the motor and the grinding of the gears. If you had Shark Attack, It from the Pit, that Forbidden Bridge game, you knew you were signing up for. However long you were playing, you just hear like a and you'd be shouting at each other over it. What a beautiful time to be alive.
The game's It from the Pit. First one to the treasure wins, but watch out for it.
You know, Brick, as an adult, I would probably agree with you. But even then, like, the only time you're going to get away with, like, gross out stuff like that is with, like, kids or, like, maybe the Ultimate Ninja Warrior or whatever, like a slopsicle course. I totally was into it because I just thought it was funny. Like, seeing kids filming a show at, like, 1 or 2, like, a la Legends of the Hidden Temple, where it's like super early in the morning, everybody's fucking tired. And on top of that, you have to just like climb through a bunch of like goo and foam and fake ice cream and butter and shit. I mean, you know, everybody loves a little bit of somebody else's suffering.
Shit from the pit sound like a Dreamcast trying to read discs.
Play it.
Play it.
あとはドリームキャストの発売を待つばかりだ。
So they were able to get a mic on the guy talking, but all the
No clapping.
did not reach it to that microphone.
Nope.
Hooray.
Ryan said, I had Eat at Ralph's. You had to feed cardboard food into the mouth of Ralph, a mascot on a billboard with the same
didn't
loud motor.
Yeah, there was one of those too where like you would feed. It might have been that Eat at Ralph's where like you would feed him and then like if you fed him too much, he would puke. That's the thing. There was always like there was a timer in every game that just like would fuck you over randomly. Like, was it Concentration? The game where you had to put all the pieces in before the timer
I was
went
just
up?
thinking about that. It's that might be.
Pop Goes Perfection. Not
Pop Goes
Concentration.
Perfection.
Pop Goes Perfection. Yeah,
Yes.
it was a number of games where like you'd either like get the character to puke or something would blow apart. Everything would pop like in Perfection. That was just the days and the times that we lived in, man. And ladies, men, ladies. Anyway, that's probably good for the evening. We've been going 4 times as long as the commercials we've been watching.
I'm still tired.
Sorry about that. Anyway, that's it for you guys tonight. Now, tomorrow we've got another one coming up, and it's going to be Valentine themed. Valentine's Day. We're going to teach you how to talk to the ladies. So if you are a straight male, a bisexual male, or a possible bisexual or lesbian, you can get something out of this. Now, of course, it's from the 90s. So will it work today? Probably not. But if you're going after like cougars, it might. I don't know. Kids born in the 80s, cougars now? Would I be, if I were a lady, would I be a cougar, do you think? I don't know. I like to think so. Anyway, that's all I got for you, is the long and the short of it. Yes, thank you, FDO, for putting together such a classic collection of diarrhea for us.
Brick's single and ready to make ladies tingle.
Chuck Tingle? I'm a DILF? Yeah, thank you.
A DILF.
Yeah, I can't believe
What age is cougarism? When does cougar...
What age is cougarism?
Yeah, what age
are you affected with cougarati?
Yes.
Probably, I don't know, probably 40s. I'd say once you're 40 and going after 20-year-olds, you're a cougar.
Got it.
I don't know if there's a dude equivalent of that because it's always just been a thing. Like, dudes have always lusted after young girls, and as a society, we go, radical. But if you're a hot older lady who wants to, like, slam down on some young sausage or, like, have some problem with that. Late 40s? I would say 40 is when it starts. Cougarati was one of the four banners. It was my favorite of the... I would go see, what was that blind opera singer, Lucio something or other? I'd always turn down him. I'd say, I'm going to see the Cougarati. Anyway, like I said, guys, tomorrow we'll have another episode. Hopefully you learn how to talk to ladies. Maybe you can transition these skills over to dudes. If you lived in, there you go,
Bocelli. Andre
My
Bocelli.
aunt was a huge fan of him. Like,
He's
to the point where,
amazing.
like, my aunt would buy his CDs. Now, keep in mind, do I look like a huge opera fan? Even more so in the 90s? I wasn't. But, I don't know, put some sunglasses on that guy. Like, they did the right thing with Ray Charles. When, like, a blind guy or lady, not to be sexist, when a blind person does a thing in the entertainment industry, do a Stevie Wonder, do a Ray Charles. Put glasses on them. Because if they're doing that thing where they're like, or just like, I mean, it's, not to be ableist, but it is a little off-putting to see that going on. Because you go, like, it's so distracting. It's not a good or a bad. It is just simply distracting. You're trying to watch something or listen to something, and you go, your mind is constantly looking for aberrations because you go, what is that? It's part of the uncanny valley, I think. Anyway, moral of the story is...
I see the box on the floor. God!
So please tune in tomorrow, too, if you're watching right now. If you're watching in the future, check it out in the past, because you will not have...
No, yes!
You will want to see this. We're going to get back into true crime eventually. It's just right now... I got 2 jobs and I'm busy. So thank you so much for watching with me and indulging me in my long and meandering tangents and rants. I appreciate you all. Ryan, Brick, Jameson, Fosco, Tom Yabo. Everybody who shows up to check out this, I appreciate you. And we will see you on the next episode of FFOP Radio, which again, soon. And if this is the future, this probably already happened. So smell you later.
Bye.
For the
Try to... Fistful of Podcasts Radio.